the fuck?
And we are live.
I would never stab anyone on purpose.
That's the way to open up a stream.
My
Look,
goal
better,
whenever you go
better
live,
than the knuckle punch you were talking about earlier. So you know what?
my
We'll
goal
take it.
whenever you unmute is to just say the most out of pocket thing.
But it was actually in context to what we were talking about, which is amazing.
I didn't know 4th of July was your guys' anniversary. That's how we got on the topic.
Yarp.
So cute and patriotic.
America.
America,
Yeah,
let's get together.
Let's get together for
America.
America.
Okay, really quick, have you seen Grease 2?
No.
Once a long time ago.
Okay.
That sounds like a punishment.
No, it's really good. Michelle Pfeiffer. It's so good. So now when you say that you guys got together on 4th of July, now I'm thinking of the song they sing in there where the guy's trying to sleep with the girl and and the song's called Let's Do It for Our Country.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Let's do it for America.
Yeah, that's how he does it. That's how he's trying to get in this girl's pants. So let's do it for our country.
But does it
That's
work?
well, it almost did. And then she got really pumped up and she was like, let's go, America! And then found out what it was. So, so it almost worked. But that's your theme song now.
No, it's not. No, it is. No, it is not.
For America.
No, it is not.
Too late. It's in my
But
brain.
what if it was?
It's not.
I was gonna say that's a good thing. Good thing it's a what if because it's not.
It's not canon in the Marvel universe.
Alrighty.
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 How are all of you?
Sick.
Tired.
Sweaty.
Waking up.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're just
almost Saturday.
Yeah, it just sounds like we're going through the plague right now.
Yeah.
That was so quick.
Sick, tired, sweaty, and waking up. Together you are one person on a Monday morning.
It's like the Imagine Dragons. It's like the Imagine Dragons song where it's like, I'm waking up.
Yeah.
Oh man. We are very attractive people.
I mean, I think we're all taken anyway. So it's like we don't gotta impress people besides
True.
people watching the
Just
stream.
real gremlin hours right now.
Yeah.
Look, I used to when I dated when I was like in my 20s, I would do the whole like if I got up before him, make sure I like look okay, kind of thing. Now that I'm like in my 30s, I'm like, this is what you get. Don't give a fuck.
Good luck to you,
don't
soldier.
Like it, get out. I'm too tired for this.
It's
shit.
like you're sitting at your like in the morning just making coffee and they walk out just like sub fucker.
I think I stopped shaving my legs or anything like pretty almost immediately after Corey and I got together because he was just like, I don't give a fuck. And I said, I am in love with you.
That's you. You do you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's more power to you. Oh, that's great.
Let's play some D&D.
Yeah, let's play some D&D.
Get on topic. It's not a podcast.
Romance isn't dead, assholes. Let's go.
Romance isn't dead. It just isn't something I go for in video games.
Romance isn't dead. Romance isn't dead. My boyfriend bought me dice.
That's a shirt.
That's true love.
That's a shirt right
love.
there.
I'd buy it.
Designed by humans. Get on it. All right. So we are -1 wild magic barbarian today as Weirds is not feeling well. So the group must continue on in this guise of being some form of high society wizards. You're not really sure as you found your way through the swamps of Braidware the last time that you were there. You had a bit of a altercation with some of the creatures down there, and you came across a rather large crocodile And by large, I mean about the size of a dragon. A individual who is only known as the king. They made a deal with all of you as you were trying to seek some sort of device or weakness or something to help you go against the hag that was pretty much at the moment siphoning off as much of the arcane energy in the world as possible as she could possibly get her hands on. Convincing you to climb into its mouth. It took you through a waterway in the swamps and led you to a large, rundown looking estate. Tall brick walls, rusted iron gate. Definitely seen better years, would be the best way to describe it. After a little bit of conversing as to how to get in, worried for traps, you were able to dispel the arcane trap that was on the gate itself, and you made your way in. So crossing the threshold was a bit of a culture shock, as you were transported to the past, an illusion. You're not sure, but the entirety of the grounds came to life, as it was a nice, you can guess, a summer day. There were people in the courtyard, all in very fine, regal looking dress, everyone seeming to be some sort of person of importance. And as you got closer, you were met by the lord and lady of the house. The lord himself introducing himself as Zathway, the individual who currently resides in Raskin's Folly, at the tip top of that academy in the center of the corruption. Not knowing really what to make of this or how to go about it, you quickly were given fake names, all playing professors at the newly opened academy, which is the same that is now located in Raskin's Folly. After introductions were made, Zathway welcomed you into his home as everybody began to file on into a common room. One of the things that caught your eye, though, was a strange child. Rambunctious little girl with a bear hugging a doll. Pure mischief in her eyes. Her mother, at one point in time, a red woman, very long flowing black hair, whip at her side. You saw her crack the whip as the child was climbing up the, what are they called, lattices? The vertical things that you put up onto walls to catch ivy. Yeah, she was climbing up that. Moles, you're muted.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
It's lattices.
I couldn't remember if that's what it was called. But she cracked the whip to get her attention, and then she turned to you, letting you all know, because some of you had a little worried looks in your face, that she's never used the whip on the child. It's just more of a taming mechanic. It's something to catch her attention. Did you go back
and look at the video?
What's that? No.
Did you go back and look at the video where we're all like, she used the whip on a child? Oh my.
But yes, so as we pick up today,
Oh, also, Chloe stayed behind.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when everyone went into the house, Chloe stayed behind.
Mm-hmm. So as we pick up today, Chloe, we're going to kick things off with you. As your companions file into the estate with the rest of the company, you find yourself alone in this courtyard.
So is Zafway still out here?
He's hung back a little bit, like as like common courtesy implies, you let your guests enter in first before yourself. So he's waiting for like the last of the stragglers to sort of file on in before he himself would walk in.
So I too will wait until the stragglers go in, and then I'll like lock eyes with him, and then approach him.
Okay. And
Still can't like deceive or anything, right?
Yeah, can't lie, can't deceive.
so as you begin to walk towards him, he sort of like straightens himself up and like just stands in a very gentlemanly fashion.
Lord Zafway, I just wanted to express my personal thanks for hosting us here.
But of course, it's the least I can do for so many of you who have made that long trek across the seas in order to begin a career of providing a higher education to the peoples here. I completely forgot what accent I was using.
Your
must
usual.
say,
Crap, got it.
I think you have quite a beautiful family as well.
Family. He kind of like looks at you quizzically.
Is the lady not your wife, Lord Zafway?
Oh, no, she is not my wife. She's how'd you say? An acquaintance with benefits.
Oh, I see.
No, our two homes would never allow such a union.
So, the rambunctious little girl, then, not your daughter?
Oh no, she is my daughter.
By blood or adoption?
By blood.
Well, her energy is infectious.
That one does have a lot of energy, though the arcane flows through her greatly. Some say that she's even in touch with it.
Well, I'm sure she will one day be of great benefit to the school.
I'm hoping by the time she comes of age, she won't need the school.
Under your tutelage, I'm sure she will excel.
What is it that you teach, miss? Hello, Evie.
Arcane defense.
Is what she would say if she could lie or deceive. I don't think of myself as a teacher.
What do you think yourself as?
A proprietor of stories.
I guess that is one way to teach of it, or think of it. You must be one of our history teachers, as a teller of tales such as yourself would be.
You could say that. I myself would never say such a thing, but you could certainly say that.
You are a very modest sort.
I try to be some days.
And where is it that you hail from before calling this new continent your home?
Oh, I'm from the east.
He kind of like looks at you a little quizzically. How far east?
Well, I think that really depends on your perspective, doesn't it?
Does the place east that you hail from have a name?
It certainly does, but I'm not sure if it's a name that you would recognize.
Give me a deception roll.
Look, didn't say you had to tell the truth. Just means you don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. You can skirt around the lie.
I don't have to lie, but I can't deceive either, so I have to be very careful about the way I word these things.
Yeah.
Oh, that is wonderful. Deception, that's going to be a 24.
Get you a girl who's vague as fuck.
As he sits there for a moment, and you see that he is like intrigued by your words. I consider myself a well-traveled gentleman, but to say that you're from a land that I may not know is quite intriguing. Tell me, what is the name of your home?
Well, Lord Zaffway, the girl can't give up all her secrets. I think I've taken up too much of your time already. I should join the others.
See, he like raises an eyebrow at you. He's like, of course, but we must definitely meet for coffee and speak of this mysterious land that you hail from.
I would enjoy that. I give him a bow and scurry on in after the others.
And as you God damn it, Malls, I saw that. As like you scurry on in, you see a boy, like maybe in his teen years, sitting on the stairway, very, maybe that's my pencil, very pale, very lanky, looks like he's just like getting to, like he's just now like in like the early stages of puberty, so it's like he's all just weird and misshapen.
A fair description. Yep. Yes.
Like he's sitting there like he doesn't know what to do.
Is there anything about him that seems familiar, or anything about him that I would recognize to maybe put a name to his face, or?
Not really. Like you've never seen like an awkward blonde like lanky child that would probably make you think you know who they were in the future, or like your time I should say. But he's just sitting there. It's like very long, like the one thing that stands out about him is like just like this bright golden hair that he just like wears down like a little past his shoulders. Easily identifiable as he is High Elven.
Is he neatly dressed, just like all the other guests were?
He is, but it looks like it was haphazardly put together, as if he was trying to rebel against it. He didn't want to be a part of it, but one of the parents got into his ear and he just decided to look as presentable as he could.
As I kind of go past him, I'm gonna feign a stumble and like catch myself on his shoulder.
There's like,
I am so sorry, young man.
And as you catch yourself on his shoulder, he places a hand on yours, and he just like looks up to you with just like very golden eyes. You're not supposed to be here.
I'm sorry?
You're not supposed to be here. Interesting. We seem to be in some sort of time distortion.
Oh. Are you supposed to be here?
Very much so. This is my home. For now. Until father grows bored of the woman.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You did not. I did not catch yours.
How about we trade names then?
Of course. What is your name?
You can call me Chloe.
Chloe. I'm Verventrix.
How wonderful to meet you, Verven.
Must not punch the child.
You'll grow up to do great war crimes, my friend.
You'll grow up to be a fucking asshole. Can I?
What?
Don't kill a child. Don't kill a child. Okay.
Look, don't cause a time paradox. You don't want that.
I was gonna say, like, if you kill the child, there's gonna be a paradox.
Look. I want to.
I love having no context for this.
My apologies for using you to catch myself, Verventrix. I better be heading on in.
The others that are with you, the other ones that shouldn't be here, must not linger long. I have a feeling I know why you're here, or not as to why you're here, but as to why you've been brought here. Father's experiment is going on, and you have somehow been pulled into it.
What experiment are you referring to?
I don't know much. He doesn't allow me into his laboratory. But the way he goes about it, it's a means to control and focus a very large portion of arcane energy. Something that rivals anything we've seen before. Something that could be wielded as a weapon or a means to benefit the world. All depending on the whims of the one who wielded it.
Well, if this experiment is the cause of the disasters that are going on where I come
Disasters?
from. Yes,
Disasters.
disasters. Spreading corruption. Infecting the land and everything and everyone in it.
Oh, that fool. See, like, he gets up and he quickly, like, just, like, dusts himself off. I know what I need to do. Thank you for informing me. I knew his calculations would not be correct.
Is there anything that I can help with? Do you have a way to fix this?
Maybe, but this is something far beyond your mental capacity. Get your friends, do what you need to do, and get out of here quickly.
Punch him in his fucking mouth
None of you
just for
are.
saying that.
None of you here are safe.
We will try to be quick. You seem like a nice enough fellow that couldn't possibly do anything to harm anyone.
Oh, of course not. My focus of study when I grow up is going to be the preservation and betterment of life. I'm going to step away from what our people.
Are you going to keep our secret about us not supposed to, be here? Keep quiet.
I have no means to inform Father that there are interlopers from a different paradoxical location. Just
Okay.
do what you do,
Okay.
do what you need to do, and leave the way you came.
we will try. Don't suppose you have any pointers on how we might take something from the lady of the house, something that she keeps on her person.
What are you looking to take?
That whip of hers.
That blasted whip. Well, hate to say it, but she has more than one.
Oh.
She wears them like fashion accessories. So if you were to find a way into her chambers, you may find what you're looking for.
Well, thank you for the tip. Perhaps we will meet again in another time, Verventrix.
If what you say comes to pass, then either I will have been sent home or I will be dead. Either way. But maybe I can fix things.
Best of luck to you.
So as he like walks past, you see him like reach in his pocket and he pulls out like this beautiful silver key as he begins to go downstairs, and you see that he unlocks a door near the base of the stairs and begins to descend even lower. As he shuts the door behind him, you hear another audible lock. And as the door locks, you can see that it sort of whites over for a moment, almost giving you a sense that there is a magical lock on it as well.
Okay. Fighting every instinct she has to go into the magically locked door, Chloe instead heads into the house after the rest of the group.
Okay.
This kid's gonna commit war crimes, that goddamn shitter.
So you join, as Chloe is doing all this, all of you are filed into a very large common room. Drinks, hors d'oeuvres, everything are being handed out to everybody as waiters are coming by with like very immaculate silver trays. The lady of the estate is off in a corner talking to a small gathering of people. Zathway comes in for a moment. He begins shaking hands with people as he walks by all of you, as he joins the lady of the estate in their group. And this entire time, you feel as if somebody is watching you. As Vanica, you feel something touch your leg.
Look down. She's on edge, so she's like,
It's like you look down and there's that mischievous looking little girl, like looking up at you, just wide eyes, just smiling, just like very big toothy grin. She's got like clutched to her chest. She has like this little, what looks to be like a mountain goat stuffed animal that she's like clinging to her chest.
has another stuffed animal.
Mhm.
She's slowly collecting stuffed animals. Noticing that it's a child, she's gonna calm down. She just tries to give a smile, and she goes, "Hello."
Hi. You're
Are you
big.
trying to hide? I am.
Do you have
I bet everyone's
cookies?
big compared to you.
Do you have cookies?
Oh, no, but I may have something for you though. It's not as good as cookies though. And she's going to make a glowing flower appear in her hand.
Is this flower an actual flower, or is this like a prestidigitation?
It's Druidcraft.
Druidcraft. She
Yeah.
she smiles and she takes it in her hand. As you do, you begin to see like it's just slowly wilt away in her grasp.
Oh,
That was very pretty.
It was. What happened?
Oh shoot, I don't have my glove on. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to touch things without my gloves.
Oh, are you okay?
It's Mommy says I have a touch that pulls magic from things, and I'm not supposed to go around the house without my gloves.
Oh.
It's excuse me. As she just like runs off, and you see that she like runs upstairs. She kind of like she like in a panic state, she drops the goat. And for a moment there, the goat just lays, and then it stands up and begins to run after her.
I was gonna say I was gonna pick it up for her, but no, come back. She's gonna be like, oh, that's nifty. That's a great way to not ever lose a toy. She's gonna lean over, to whoever's close. I guess it's just 3 of us, I guess. Like, these are all huddled together, and she's like, so, I don't know if this Matilda is, the hag that we're looking for, because we're definitely on a time loop, with how old everything looks. She just mentioned to me that she can sap magic. That's kind of a rare ability, and we only just recently found out about someone who can do that.
This is frozen.
Cass's computer froze.
Oh no!
Looking real sad.
She looks very
She looks so sad.
All by myself.
I didn't mean it, Cass. Come back. You're not sad. You're happy.
Stop eating the wires.
Yum, yum, yum.
But it tastes so good.
Sorry, who sapping magic? Who are you speaking of?
Matilda?
But you said someone else.
The little girl, Matilda?
No, I know you said there's someone else who has that ability, or did I misunderstand you?
The hag that's been sapping our power and is after you?
Yeah, it's her, isn't it?
The woman with the elk head?
Yeah, that's her, isn't it? I thought we kind of...
I'm just confirming we are in a time loop, which is weird because of the whole Safway thing. It's just a matter of, do what we do here matter or not?
Would I know, like, if we do anything here, it would have repercussions in the future, just from my study of
Magic.
chronomancy.
You could go ahead and give me since it's technically not your specialty, you can give me a history check.
Where's
You
Chemic
fell
when we
down.
need them?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So much time magic in this too. Chemic would just be like, nom 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 nom.
I rolled an 18 and I have really good history. It's 25.
25. You know that it can and cannot have an effect depending on how you've been placed in time, how you've got there. Is this actually you going back in time? If so, if you're going back in time, yes, you may create a distortion, which creates a paradox or creates a alternate reality. Or Cassie's camera explodes. It's either that or you are possibly in, how can I describe this? You're not technically back in time, though you are interacting with a memory.
I relay all this to Vanica and Saphira, quietly under my breath while I have a champagne flute blocking my mouth.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If we're interacting with a memory, would we be able to take things? We wouldn't be able to take things with us then,
Uh, well,
do you think?
technically, the shack it still exists. We saw it, we interacted with it, we touched it. So that doesn't mean some items weren't left behind. So if we're trying to find something, we could actually find the real thing.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because when he spoke to us and I pulled those names just from memory of like old teachers, like, is that even a guarantee that they were already here, or am I just fulfilling that they were actually here? How do I know that, you know? So I think we might be able to somewhat affect things, but I wouldn't do anything major because then we could turn inside out or something. Which is a sensation I have yet to experience, but probably not for a long time.
Yeah, I personally don't want to touch anything that has to do with the past. Not good times.
Is it bad that I feel a bit sorry for that little girl?
I do too.
Mm,
Is
yes and no. It depends on what happened in her life that I doubt we'll see here, but
I mean, we could
make
get
her
into a
turn into how she
philosophical
is.
we could get into a philosophical dispute. Are people born evil, or do they have evil thrust upon them? But I
Well,
don't think now's the time.
and as you're having this conversation, Chloe finds her way back to the group.
Where were you?
Oh, I was outside having a conversation with Zafway.
I spit out my champagne. What? What
How
did you
did
Yeah.
talk
that
with?
go?
I think it went okay.
what happened?
I wanted to, find out if that little girl was like actually his daughter
Oh,
because so you remember like just not that long ago earlier today when we got attacked by that skeleton goo creature and then we
Yes.
had a
yeah.
conversation with the skeleton
Yes.
and then
Percival.
and the skeleton was all like the hag is my daughter.
That's Zafway. Wait, that
Right.
doesn't make sense.
So how can the skeleton be her dad, but Zafway is also her dad?
And
Wait,
then Zafway's also in that tower. Can I assume that we're all talking very quietly, like murmurs?
Yeah,
I'm
I-
stage whispering.
I would
Yeah.
assume that this is that all of you are like in like talking in like polite party conversations to where like
Yep.
you like as you're talking
Have the
you
fan. Oh
yeah
my god, guys!
yeah you
You
all can
believe
hear each
this?
other but everything else around you is just a murmur. So yeah, like nobody else is hearing you talk like this.
But I saw his skeleton in the tower when I had that vision with the crown, and he turned and looked right at me. How is that possible?
That's what I'm wondering.
Do you think it could have been moved?
Yeah, no, I totally think so. Here's the thing. I I think that maybe since you said that that was his daughter, do you remember what you mentioned earlier is that Liliana woman is known as the Red Witch and is probably also a hag? Maybe that was her father. Maybe.
Oh,
We don't know how old those skeletons were. So maybe that's her father.
did we specify
Because
which hag we were talking about? Because you might be
no,
right.
No,
no,
you just
she's
said the hag.
so
Wait,
she said, where is it? My notes. It was recently. Because she, from what you guys told me, she's known as a sadistic and powerful necromancer, the Red Witch. So
Oh, that's true.
suspiciously a hag. So that could have been her father.
we went into
True.
hag country and
So
asked
that's
and asked if you knew a hag.
so that's her grandfather. That's her
Yeah.
grandpa.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they could still be very valuable, but I mean, I don't know any magic that does stuff with bones, but we're in the land of hags. I'm sure one of these hags can make use of that connection for us.
I've heard
Yeah.
of bone divination, but not.
Whisperwind specifically told us not to talk to any of the hags, though, which is fine by me because I
True.
don't want to talk to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was worth looking
Yeah.
into and kind of confirming. Um, Also, I met a very nice young man out there as well, who I may have said some things to that I probably shouldn't have.
What did you say?
Were you flirting with him?
No, but I did tell him about the future.
How so?
How much did you tell them?
Pretty much everything. Um,
Okay.
but
Was that
okay,
unprompted?
so well, no. See, that's the
That
thing.
might be a good thing, maybe. I don't know.
I pretended to trip over him to, break the ice, because he looked kind of weird and I wanted to talk to him.
Wow, your moves are
So
legendary.
they work, don't they?
Whatever happened to
Um,
hi? No one says hi anymore.
Now I gotta catch
So-
people? Are you joking?
he looked at me and he led off with, "You aren't supposed to be here," which I thought was a little bit rude. But then he clarified, "You're from a different time." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And then
Wait,
we talked.
he knew?
Yeah, he
Knew
knew.
we were
Like, just
different?
at a glance, he knew.
What a freak.
Maybe he has. I mean, some people have something called true sight. Maybe he was able to see through the illusion.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, he knew I wasn't from here, and he referred to my companions who are also not supposed to be here. So he knew about you guys as well.
Hmm.
Oh, also, he was Zaphway's son.
Oh,
Is he gonna tell Zafway?
No, no, I don't think he has a good relationship with his father.
Who does? Am I right? You guys, come on. Am I
I don't
right?
remember.
I
Yeah.
hold my hand up for a high five.
Zafira high fives you. It's like, I haven't seen my father since I was 5. I understand.
Who needs
I don't
them?
remember my father.
So he
High
he
five.
he mentioned Zaphway's experiment to like harness the arcane, and I told him about the corruption and stuff, and he thought the two were one and the same, possibly. And then he scurried on into a magical door, muttering some expletives about stuff. So he knows about us, but he's not going to tell anyone. Oh, also, there's more whips.
Can I float a possibly crazy idea? Considering the repercussions that messing around in the past has, surely that would pale in comparison to getting rid of someone who is clearly a terrible person. How are we feeling about taking out Zafway in the here and now?
I'm glad you suggested Zafway and not the child.
No, it's just a
Look, we
child.
can do a Hitler effect here. Just do
Once
it.
more, once more. Are people born evil or do they have evil thrust upon them? It's hard to tell, but that guy absolutely is going to go and do terrible things.
Well, the
All
mom's a
in
hag,
favor,
so
raise
yeah.
your hand. I say aye.
But this is a memory, so
But is it a
s-
memory?
hypo-
That's what I'm wondering.
hypothetically killing someone is probably not going to affect anything if it's a memory.
The thing is, we don't know for sure if it's a
Then if it
memory or
doesn't,
if we've actually gone back in time.
well, then if it doesn't matter anyway.
Do you
I
want
see
to
what you're
risk
thinking.
killing?
I
Do you want
don't.
to risk it?
I don't know.
But if we fail, again, by your theory, it's just a memory. We would be fine.
But then if it's not a memory, we're SOL.
And then,
If
but
What
it's
if
isn't giving up our lives to save the entire continent something to consider? At least
But what if
I'm
we
considering it.
what if we fail and then it turns out that we're the reason for the corruption in the first place?
How would that track
If
logically?
we fail, to
Yeah,
kill him.
logically. Yeah, logically, walk me through your thought process there. I mean, anything could happen if we
He could
fail.
turn
People,
evil at the fact that, multiple people tried to kill him and then decide, fuck it, I'm going to destroy the world.
you could what if for the rest of your life. What if we fail and people are actually born in the future with butts on their face instead of faces on their faces? Anything could happen. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
Adding that as a curse.
No.
Look, I've seen that Mickey Mouse episode.
What?
It's funny.
What?
Has anyone seen the Mickey Mouse shorts? Oh,
Butts
yeah.
on your
Donald Duck's
face?
butt becomes everyone's faces. It's kind of funny.
I've never
Donald Duck's
seen
butt
that.
becomes everyone's. Yeah, it's funny.
That's
I
hilarious.
recommend
I
it.
think I have seen that now that you mention
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's funny. Otherwise, everyone's goofy.
Here, I thought I was being so creative, but it's that the people want butts on faces.
Puts a new level to Butterface.
So all of this conversation just gave me a thought that perhaps I have made a little mistake. Just a small, teeny weeny oopsie. What if whatever Verventrix is doing, he's the gangly boy, by the way, whatever he's doing behind that magical door ends up being the reason that the experiment goes awry and causes corruption.
All the more reason to yank it out by the root where it starts, isn't it?
But what if it's already done?
But what if
now
we...
that he's gone down there and done whatever he's doing?
Are you
And
just
he
saying
went
this?
down there because I told him about it.
I place
What
my
if-
hand on your shoulder and say, are you just saying that because you just want to go through a secret door?
I do really want to go through a secret door, but also the whole like time business is kind of, it's getting to me now.
I think one
So-
falls into a trap where you just what if your way and don't do anything.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry, Zafira.
So what you are saying is that what if Zafoy's calculations were correct and the experiment was a success, but the Ventrix said he was going to fix it, and then he ended up creating the corruption.
Right.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
That's your thing.
And Verventrix thinks the calculations are wrong because I told him that they're wrong, but maybe they're actually right, and he makes them wrong.
Are you talking about Daddy's work? Is that little girl is now back, like just standing in the center of you, just like all looking up?
No,
Hi.
we're talking about a story I read one time.
There's a story with a man like with Daddy's name.
Yeah, it's a very common name. My name's Matilda. What's your name?
Matilda.
There you go. People
Give me a
can have
deception
more than
check. Give me a deception check on a child.
one. Me?
On a child.
On a child.
Since it's with a child on a child, you get advantage. This is a
Oh.
child.
Adults can lie very easily to children.
Children will believe anything you tell them, and it is hilarious.
Sure.
Okay. Where's my deception, baby? I got an 11.
It's like, that's not what you told Daddy your name was. Did you lie to him?
I did.
Do you have a secret name?
I told your father my name was Matilda Rockwind.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. I think I know my own name. It's the one my parents gave me.
She like gets like she like narrows her eyes like, okay.
Okay. Hey, your mother.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to pry. I know you're living your life the best you can as a child, but that whip seems a lot.
What of it?
Are you all right? Well, are you all right?
Yeah.
She
just-
means it seems scary.
That
Yeah.
seems really scary.
No. She cracks the whip to get my attention. The loud noise makes me look at it. She never hits me with
And
it.
Okay. How do you feel when she does that?
That's really weird.
Like I was caught.
Like you're in trouble?
Not
Doing some,
caught doing something I'm not supposed to.
At this point, Zafira kind of kneels down so she's at Matilda's height. Like it can be really loud. It just startled us, so we just wanted to make sure you were okay.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. I'm Renata, by the way. Renata Ricotta.
Like the cheese?
Yep, like the cheese. It is my favorite cheese.
Don't sleep on the Gouda.
I do love Gouda. But I'm not named after the cheese. It's just like how her name is Matilda and your name is Matilda. It just happened.
Ah, okay.
What kind of stuffed animal does she have this time?
It's now a cat.
Good lord.
It's like a very like floofy like tuxedo cat.
I like your cat.
It's like, hold on. You're all weird.
I'm sorry.
I've been
Accurate.
called worse.
Mm-hmm.
No, your magic is off. It's fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. Almost
Yeah,
like
I've been told that before too.
I don't know. You just seem very fuzzy.
Perpetual expectation for women to be clean shaven and smooth all the time is getting out of hand. This is a child.
What does magic normally look like to you?
It's like I'm looking at you through a dirty window. Everybody else is like, it's a clean window. I can see everybody perfectly fine. But you, fuzzy.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe you need glasses, but if it's just us,
Can I risk adventure? Is it blue? Would I know what she's talking about? Like, would it sound familiar? Like the weave that I can see?
Oh, you could see. That's right. I forgot you could see the weave as well. Yeah, it doesn't click on you right away. It's like this whole deal with Zafway is kind of like taking your attention. But the moment she mentions that you guys look fuzzy, it's sort of the opposite effect for you. Everybody here looks a bit fuzzy to you, as if the arcane isn't the same. The weave itself isn't the same here as it is connected to the rest of you.
Is she fuzzy for me too?
Yeah, she's a little fuzzy.
I go, that's so strange. You're fuzzy for me. I can see what you see, I think. Is it blue for you as well?
It's like somebody threw like blue paint all over all of you.
Yeah, it's same for you as well. It's like I can't really...
Guild Superior, thank you for that raid.
Whoa!
He's like,
Thank you.
No.
Have you ever met anyone who can see the same thing you can see?
I've never seen fuzzy people before.
Do
Or
you think
just
it's because
blue,
you
I
have
have.
the same name?
or just the blue in
I have.
general?
They're called wibbles.
Are you Wills?
No, they're much smaller.
Ah. No, I don't see blue most times.
What do you see? Because I see blue.
They're the first blue people I've seen. Most of the time I just see normal. But
Don't look very blue.
blue fuzzy. That I'm gonna go get a cookie. She's like,
all right.
begins to turn it.
Wait. Maybe keep this blue fuzziness just between us. We're a little sensitive about it.
Yeah.
She kind of just like gives you like a little childish shrug and just continues to skip on her way.
Okay, I
Damn
think
it!
our
I was
time here
trying
is
to relate
limited.
to her.
Children
Yeah.
don't know how to keep their mouths shut, so she's gonna tell someone eventually.
I was
Well,
trying to
no
relate to
offense.
her. Ugh.
It sounds like you're on a ticking time bomb too, so we should probably go.
Mhm. Who?
Yeah. If we're gonna get
Chloe.
the whips, they're in the ladies' chambers.
Should I keep an eye out and let you know if she's coming, or
Can we split up? I want to go to her room. Zafira, do you want
Matilda's
to come
room?
with me? Yeah, do you want to come with me,
Same.
Zafira? Yeah. You, Chloe, and you, Vanica, you go to Liliana's room, and then me and Zafira, we just want to go to Matilda's room. If you're able to find the whips, great.
you want me to go in someone's room?
Well, you can stand outside, like keep guard, whatever you feel comfortable with. But I just know that I would like to just.
I'll be with you. It's okay.
Okay. I mean, it's the red hag, the red witch. I'm just okay.
And
Try.
if we happen to find ourselves on the other side of a magical door to a basement lab, then it happens.
I'm like, hey, Chloe, look at me, look at me. Hey, Chloe, focus. You gotta focus up, bud.
Yeah.
Keep it tight.
Gotcha.
Keep it, yeah, focus.
I'm on it.
I'll keep an eye. I probably shouldn't be watched now that I think about it. I get so nervous and I struggle coming up with lies. So
I'm having the
I'll come with
same
you.
problem right now.
Yeah. So I'll come with you and
Oh
not be
yeah,
outside by
you
myself.
both are really bad at lying.
Team honesty.
You know something great? I also have 0 in deception, so
I
like
do.
I'm
I have
also
a
bad at lying.
1. I have a 1.
Look, here's the funny thing. My charisma's actually pretty high.
Nice.
The problem is she just doesn't lie very well.
As we part, if we're going to part ways, I would just want to lean into Vanica's ear and be like, "Can you just make sure she doesn't go near that door unless we're all together? I have a bad feeling about it."
Are you talking about the door with the whips, or are you just talking about like
The
a basement door?
the magical basement door she keeps talking about, and then she's drooling a little bit when she's talking about it. And I'm like, yank that back in your mouth, you know what I mean?
Okay, so I don't know what this door looks like, but if I see her making a face at it, I'll know. And I'll stop her.
Exactly. Okay.
You're
Thank
like, when
you.
she sees the door, I don't know what the door looks like, but yes.
She's like, all right. Did we want to go now? Like try to
Kind of on a time crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We should probably check real quick just to make sure to see where she's at.
who?
Just really quick. Just really quick. Just to see where
Redhead.
she's at. We know the
Mm.
child's at the buffet. Where is Liliana?
Can we see her? Or...
Yeah, Liliana stands out like a sore thumb in this crowd. She's still over in the corner with Zathway entertaining guests.
Aw, she's
Is she the only one
ugly.
with red skin?
Yeah, she's the
Okay.
she's the only one in the area that has red skin. Like a lot of the party goers are either human or high elf.
Yeah. Okay.
So, would she be like a tiefling?
No,
I also have red skin, so
No, you could see that she's got like the crimson skin, but there's no other features on her that would suggest tiefling. There's no tail, there's no horns, there's like nothing that would be identifying factors as to her being a tiefling.
Oh,
No, to be
she's
fair,
like
tieflings don't have to have tails or horns. That's just the iconic thing. But yeah.
She's like Red Skull from Captain America.
Except she has a nose.
Oh, she's a Nazi.
And she's not played by Hugo Weaving.
Ah,
Well, you don't know
time
that. He
out.
could be in a dress.
I mean, she'd be a little bit more attractive if she was.
Mr.
No,
Anderson.
actually, he's hear me out. He's so hot. I love Hugo Weaving. Ugh.
He is
Hugo
He is cute.
Weaving. I have to Google. I could see it. Yep.
Oh
Lord of
my-
the Rings. Mr.
V for
Smith.
Vendetta. He didn't even
You
show his face.
don't
It's just
see
his
him
I've
there.
voice.
I didn't know
You
he
don't
did
see
V
him
for
in that.
Vendetta. I've never seen the movie. For Lord of the
Good
Rings,
movie.
I fell asleep during the first disc because it was boring
Okay,
as
we're
hell,
done.
and I'm
We're
sorry.
done. We're done.
What are you even
Get
doing
out.
here? Get
Get
out.
out.
You
Get
Fine.
out.
need to leave.
I
Actually,
would turn off my
get
camera,
out.
but that would end up messing everything up.
Yeah.
You just
No,
cover it.
fun fact, did you know that in the first Lord of the Rings movie, when Isildur talks, that's not actually that actor, that's Hugo Weaving saying no. Did you know that? Like, the guy, apparently whoever played Isildur had, like, his voice was too nice or whatever, so they just had Hugo Weaving dub over him, and just when he's like,
His
"Cast him
voice
into the
was too
fire,
nice.
Isildur!" And he's just like, "No,
No.
that's Hugo Weaving."
That's hilarious.
All right.
And, like,
Back to the
so
game.
hot. Yeah, sorry. I get carried away when I think about Hugo.
So if I understand this correctly, you're gonna split up to where Vanica and Chloe are going to go to Liliana's room in order to look for one of the whips, while the Zflings are going to go to Matilda's room.
Did you kind of see what direction she ran when she was like, "I have to go get my gloves"?
She ran upstairs.
Yeah, she ran out. Like, you saw her run out and then up the stairs, but you, like, after she went upstairs, you kind of missed where she was going.
How hard could it be?
How hard is it to find a child's room? Not really.
It's
Not
not really
really.
hard. There's always a sign on the door. There's always stickers or art, something.
The door is
Always.
wide
Yeah.
open. There are toys all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Half
I
the toys
linked
are
my
outside the
arm
door.
through Zafira's and I'm like, "Let's shall." I'm gonna go upstairs with Zafira.
Okay. So the two of you are going up to Matilda's room. Chloe and Vanica, are you giving them like a 10 count before you follow? Or are you following right away?
Yeah, no, not right away.
Awkward moment where you say goodbye to your friend and then you both go in the same direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wait until they're up and then we go.
Mm-hmm.
That awkward moment when you both go the same direction, you mean TwitchCon?
Yeah.
Okay. So two of you, like, the group departs at separate times. Oh, you find your way through the crowd and you don't really seem to catch anyone's eye. As both groups pass by the door near the bottom of the staircase, your feet pick up like a soft vibration coming through the floors. Almost as if something below you is either being powered or something has been turned on.
Lean
What?
over to Chloe. Is that the basement maybe you're talking about? Or is it the king coming?
I'm not actually sure. I don't actually know what's in the basement.
Oh. Okay, let's keep going.
You guys in basements.
I mean, if you're really curious, we could go down and check.
Okay, I would be lying if I said I wasn't.
Right?
Because remember, I'm on a mission too, but priorities first. I may have a way for us to find the whip, though.
Oh, that's good. I was just gonna rummage through her stuff, but if you have a way to like specifically locate it.
Well, see, here's the thing. I now that I know there's multiple whips, I don't think it can like pinpoint the whip we're looking for, but it can at least point us in the direction of where she may keep them.
That'll be helpful, yeah.
Go from there, because then we can find her room faster.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like she had multiple that, she swaps them out with different outfits and stuff. So, yeah, if you can locate where she keeps them all, then that'll certainly help.
I can. I do have a nifty little spell called Locate Object.
If you want to use it, I'm all for it. And save us some time. I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable being here after, the conversation about maybe messing up the future.
Yeah, I'm just uncomfortable, period.
I I noticed that you looked a little distressed when
Mhm.
when we were all illusioned or whatever this is. Are you okay?
That's the weird thing. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. It's like it's like I recalled a sad memory that I don't remember. It's hard to explain. So I'm bothered, but I can't say entirely why.
I saw your expression change when you noticed that, your flesh was different, as
Mm,
awkward as that phrasing sounds. Um, is it
yeah.
is it the change, do you think, that triggered that feeling, or being having that forced upon you, or just seeing yourself as something else? What do you think the cause is?
I think it's all of it. It was everything. It was the idea of being changed. It was the idea of what I looked like, the scenery. I think it was a little bit of everything, actually. Again, I don't know why. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just made me feel really sad and angry. But I don't know why.
Well, perhaps we'll have to explore that a little more when we're
Mm.
not in such a dire situation, because I don't want you to feel sad and angry, Vanica.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I don't want any of you either, which is why I don't want you to feel any more uncomfortable here. So we'll talk about this after.
Yeah.
By the way, I miss your hair. I actually really like it when it's your snakes.
Oh, thank you. This is actually pretty close to the disguise I give myself when I go into towns and stuff, so it feels kind of natural, but
Oh,
um, the snakes don't like it. So
yeah, it's there. I feel like them not being so lively kind of makes them feel meh.
yeah,
Yeah.
they get upset, and while they're
Oh, I'm sure.
upset, they're a little bitey.
Do you just feel a little like near, 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 just like on the cheek? Just, mm.
They bite me and they bite each other, which I also feel. So, you know,
Oh, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Then let's hurry so they cannot be distressed anymore. Okay, it's a very big house, so let's see if we can narrow it down a little bit.
yeah.
Um, and I'll cast locate object to focus on the
When
non-whip on her hip.
you cast arcane objects, what is your spellcasting ability? Is it wisdom?
If yes, it is.
Can I get a wisdom saving throw from
Yes. Yes, you can. I was just seeing. I know you're having me roll for different reasons, but I was just double checking. I was like, yeah, this does not cause me to like roll. It just kind of does it. Yeah, okay. Ugh, wisdom saving throw. Okay. Where's my d20s? There we go. Oh, that works. 23.
23. I'm going to leave this up to you then, because this is
Okay.
going to save. As you begin to cast the spell, you begin to feel wrong. This is the best way I can do it. As you begin to pull from the arcane, like the arcane weave, but it's like dipping your hand into unknown territory as you're pulling from old magic. You're pulling from the weave as it was at this time. You could continue casting your spell, but you have a feeling that if you finish the spell, it is going to have some sort of like residual effect. You're going to take some damage.
I think as she's casting this, because it does require like some components and stuff like that, as she's casting it, Chloe would see that like she feels like she's almost in like she's straining, and she'll try to mumble real quick, saying like, I think this time memory area is not allowing us to properly use our magic.
Oh,
But we really need to hurry and get out of here, don't we?
yeah, but I don't want you to get hurt.
But we need to get out of here.
I mean, it's ultimately your choice if you want to do it. I can't stop you, but we could just try finding it with our eyes first, and if we can't, then you can push through the magic. But I don't want you to get hurt, Vanica.
How big is this manor?
It's an impressive it's an impressive size. Like you have a feeling that this manor should be housing more than a family of
A lot of people. Would you say it's like Winchester Manor size? I don't know if you know what that is.
Let me see.
So
Bro, you're
Winchester
soaking your
Mansion,
uniform.
where they kept like where she kept building houses and everything, kept
Oh, it's just
building rooms.
massive. Yeah,
No,
it's just
yeah,
massive.
it's I would say it's definitely equivalent of Winchester Manor size.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's too many rooms to look through. She's gonna push through. She's
Okay.
gonna risk it.
You are
She'll finish the spell.
you are going to take 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
But your spell goes off and you're able to cast locate object. And as you're casting this spell, Chloe, you see a bit of like time distort around Danica just for a brief second, as almost like a veil is being pulled away around her, and you begin to see like old rotted walls and like decrepit floorboards and a broken stair banister before it all like repairs back around her, and you're back in that you just see pristine around her once again.
Ooh, I tore through the memory. Ooh.
And when you cast locate objects, what specifically are you looking for? Is it just a whip or?
I think I don't think I can look for a group of objects. I think it's just a object. So yeah, I am trying to look because I don't know where it's stored. I don't know if it's in a closet. I don't know if it's in a dresser, safe, or what. So I am specifically looking for um a uh a whip, probably with some sort of magical properties that would be within the vicinity that's not on her person.
Pull up locate object for me. I'm gonna see.
Okay, object. Oh, I don't have my. Let me do it this way. I forgot what my name was. Locate object. Is it this one? There we go.
Locate object. Okay, what do we got here?
Within 1,000 feet.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You use sense direction object.
So we've been told about a whip that nullifies her magic from the king.
Yeah.
So that is what she's looking for, some sort of whip with properties to nullify
So,
magic.
Okay, so since you are specifically looking for the whip that nullifies magic, you get a ping coming from probably about a good 50 feet down this hallway to a bedroom.
Okay. So looking a little worse for wear, Vanica will point and she's like, it's this way. I think I found it.
Okay, let's move fast so you don't have to do that again.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, and you make your way to this door. It looks surprisingly mundane. Just a basic wooden door in the same color as like the rest of the house. Nothing to signify any sort of importance or anything of that.
Be careful in case it's locked. Something like that, I imagine, would be locked.
Could I do a quick either investigation or perception on the door itself, just for anything that looks out of the ordinary?
Yeah, how much time are you taking to do this?
Only like 15-20 seconds.
Yeah, let's call you can like I think that's long enough for like a quick investigation.
Can I help her out as well by, I know she's not great at it, but she tried to help out and look for any kind of magic traps or preventions in the area.
That you can do with an arcana roll. It's gonna be
Okay.
it's gonna be 2 separate rolls.
Okay.
On my investigation, I got an 11.
11. Nothing seems to be out of place. Nothing seems to like tell you that this door is trapped or anything.
I think this is my first Arcana roll ever.
Okay.
I nat 20'd for a 19.
And I'm sorry to disappoint you at this. There is no magical anything on this door.
Hey, you know what? That's
This
good news.
is a plain
Still good news.
wooden door.
At least we know. We know.
Look, I'm happy because I'm limited on spells, and if I have to use another disable magic, it's gonna hurt. So I'm okay with this, but I'm like, holy shit, nat 20 for a 19.
Yep, this is a plain wooden door.
Okay.
You
know probably why? Because we're in a fucking memory, and there's a virgin shack. There's nothing on here. But we don't know that, so.
Exactly. Better to be safe when we're potentially dealing with a Zafway on our tail.
Look, there was a trap when we first entered the manor when it was still old. Yeah. So who's to say there's still nothing else lingering here? So better safe than sorry. So yeah.
But with the thumbs up from Vanica, I'm just gonna try the door handle. See if it opens.
You give it a quick turn and push in, and door opens perfectly fine. Well-oiled hinges. It doesn't even make a noise.
And I'm gonna locate the ping to see where the energy's emanating from.
Closing the door behind us when we go in.
So as you close the door behind you and you look around, it's a very beautiful bedroom. A large 4-poster bed, exquisite. I always forget what vanity. Yeah, there's a very beautiful, like mastercrafted vanity against one wall. There is a spacious like walk-in closet. You probably could walk in. It probably goes deep for about 20 feet, and it is just full of like dresses and other clothing articles. And then on the right, or on the opposite side of the wall, is what I can only describe as a tool display.
Display case.
Not even a display case, but a tool display.
Oh.
You know how you walk into a garage and like your dad has like the hooks like on the cork board, and it's just holding up all the tools. It's that, but there is just what you could probably see about 20 different whips in here, ranging from just like your basic run-of-the-mill bull whip to like cat of nine tails that have small like pronged flail heads on them. Like just every run-of-the-mill like creation that you can think of. But there is one whip that stands out to you from this locate object.
I'm so glad I did this spell now, to be honest.
Yeah, a soft black leather whip probably extends for a good 30 feet. Very large whip. At the end of the whip itself is a stinger that probably extends for about another 1.5 feet.
Fucking horsewhip. Jesus Christ.
Zapway got himself a freak.
Look,
For real.
a lady on the streets, but a beast in the sheets.
Are you sure we can't use this whip on
Or a mommy
Zapway
in the
as
sheets.
well? Like come on.
I'm sure it'll work because like Zapway's in charge of a lot of things, but like
Yeah.
in the bedroom, she's in charge.
You know what? That's right. You know what? Lady in the streets and a mommy in the sheets. Oh, you know what? This. Yeah.
She's a mother.
I mean, well, let's
she's
be honest. A red hag is never going to be a bottom.
Yeah.
True.
Come on. She will point. Because again, this is concentration, so she's a little strained, but she's pointing it and she's like, this one. This one right here.
You positive?
This is it. This is I specifically asked the magic for the whip that nullifies her power. That's the information the king gave us. So
Okay.
that's the only one emitting that magic.
Do you want me to put it in my bag of holding?
Yeah, I mean I can too. So this is gonna sound weird because someone is probably gonna have to use this whip. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm very dexterally inclined. I could maybe learn how to use this.
Yeah, I feel free to grab
Or
it.
you. I don't care.
I'm still over at the door with my hand on the handle just in case anyone tries to
Oh,
open it.
right.
So
Yeah, right. I'll grab it. Sorry.
okay.
And I'll put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Is there any other interesting looking ones?
There's a lot of interesting looking whips here.
Yeah.
She's into some stuff.
You wanna maybe grab a few of the others?
You know what? Why not? I'll grab like 2 or 3 more.
Okay. So I will.
I'll grab the 9 tails too.
Okay. So you grab.
Lady with all the snakes. It works.
You grab all of the. You grab the how many whip? I need to know how many whips are you grabbing?
Like 3. Like 3.
Is that 3?
3 more.
3 more. So 3 and then the other one. The one that you were after. Okay.
Yeah, the one I was after is the first one I grabbed. And then I was like, sure.
You grab the one that you were there for, and then you decide, why not? Crimes. And you grab just 3 random whips off of the wall and you stuff them into your bag of holding. No, actually, you don't need to roll for that. I'm just trying to run something through my head. I'm like, no, that would work. And like bag of holding takes it.
Yep. Like, okay, let's go.
Just a real quick glance around the room.
Sure.
Is there anything odd that stands out?
You mean aside from the Home Depot tool display of the whips?
Aside from that display,
of the BDSM wall, the mommy wall.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
I think you and I would have swapped at this point. I think I would have been by the door now just to kind of listen.
Not super high, but 13.
13. There is a strange looking armoire in this room. Its make, its design, and everything does not fit with the rest of the aesthetic in here. Definitely looks like she at some point in time maybe grabbed it from another craftsman or anything, but it stands out like a sore thumb.
So once Vanica comes over and holds the door, I'm just gonna scoot over to that armoire and open it up, see what's inside.
As you open it up, can I get a wisdom saving throw?
I'm okay at wisdom. Oh, actually, that's great. Dirty 20.
You're only taking you are only going to take 4 points of psychic damage as you save from this. As you open it up, and it is not what you expect. You open it up, and as you do, it just looks like a small workshop. You have like a small area for like that is dedicated to making some sort of alchemical brews. You have one that just has a black tome closed on a like one of like a book display. And then there is a very twisted looking knife in the center of this display on like a silver plate. This knife has a strange, like, it almost looks like a larger version of a fillet.
But we saw her other wall. We know she's in a geeky shit, so.
Okay. As soon as I open it up and I see this stuff, I don't want to spend a bunch of time here, so I'm just going to reach out and try to grab the book and shove that into my bag.
Okay.
And then also grab the knife and shove that into my bag.
You just grab both of them and pop them in.
And I close up the armoire and head back towards the door where Vanica is.
Yay, Chloe got to steal something.
It's about damn time.
It's been a long time since you've stolen something. You needed to scratch that itch.
Zen's gone for 2 seconds and you're stealing something.
Crimes.
I supervised.
Team effort.
Team effort. She's like, okay, we should probably head back downstairs and wait for the others.
Okay. So as the two of you grab your things and you begin to make your way back down to the as you begin to make your exit out of the room, we cut to Zafira and Zenith.
Z flings.
As
I didn't even put that together.
it's very easy to identify which room is Matilda's. As you get up, and you see another small stuffed animal of some form of dog. You're not really sure what kind of dog it is, but it's sitting there and it's pawing at the door as it's closed and it's trying to get back in.
I hold the door open for it.
Bolts in. Can
I peek in?
As you look in, it is very much the room of a little girl. Just stuffed animals and dolls just everywhere, though it is a mess. And it doesn't really help the fact that when you look in, it's almost like you're looking in and you just caught Woody and everybody from Toy Story not going toy mode. As the toys are moving on their own, the dolls are moving on their own, the stuffed animals are moving on their own. Everything seemingly is alive.
Incredible. And then let's see. So do you think that they're automatons or do you think they're sentient?
You're muted.
I think you look over at Zen and she's trying really hard not to show like she's about to cry a little bit.
Oh, do you want to watch the door?
I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened. I think I need a minute. And I turn and I just kind of stand at the door and watch out the hallway.
Okay, because for this, I think Zafira absolutely is like, oh my god, toys that move. That's awesome. How did they do that?
I kind of talk over my shoulder and I go like, listen, maybe look for anything that might give us a little more insight into her life as a child. I know the toys are cool, but I'm just looking for anything that might be able to get us to connect to her.
I am getting distracted. I'm going to look and see if there's any I mean, as a child, I kept a diary, even when
That's
I
what I
was
was
that
thinking
little.
too. Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if there's anything like diary-wise or like letters,
Give
things like
me
that.
an investigation roll.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get to use my new dice. 21.
21. It doesn't take you long to find a small leather-bound book that just says Matilda's on it. Kind of like just discarded over by one of the toy boxes.
I'm not going to read it outright, but I am going to like see if it's like there's writing in it and like kind of skim it a little bit before I put it in my bag.
As you pick the book up, a little bird lands on the book itself. A very familiar looking bird, just smaller. As it kind of like looks at you. Haunted.
Haunted.
As it just kind of like hops around on the book.
She like gently like puts her hand out
like,
a little bit.
As he just like almost like instinctively crawls up onto it as you are holding a baby Christopher.
I think Zen like freezes like war flashback and looks over her shoulder like
and as you look over, there is like a very young like baby bird on Zafira's finger that looks strikingly like Christopher.
The urge to just shoot him with 5 dark bolts.
No, he's my baby. I love him.
What the fuck is he doing here?
I was just about to ask him that. Christopher? What are you doing here?
Home.
Home.
Haunted home.
Haunted home. Grandma Sophie?
Huh? It's like
okay.
like just like very question.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean home? Who do you belong to?
Home.
You live here?
As he flies to like a little birdhouse up like tucked away up into like one of the upper corners of the room.
Aw. I mean,
wait.
I think we got haunted was one of his first words, I remember. But
hold on a second. This might be crazy. You said that your grandma does not like the woman in the elk mask, right?
Yes.
Christopher, a spy?
Turns to Christopher. Spyglass?
As he just pokes a head out. Haunted.
Haunted. Okay.
He belongs to Matilda. He's not your bird. He's Matilda's, and he's been at your grandma's house for years. Is he like a double agent?
So with DM permission, when she says spyglass, that's something that like she would pretend to be a spy with Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
So she's spyglass?
He just tilts its head to the side. Not understanding what spyglass means.
Okay, so he hasn't learned that yet.
He's a double agent. We gotta smother him in his crib. I'm sorry, we have to do this.
No. What if?
Come here, birdie. Come here, birdie.
She just glares at you.
And like as you're doing that, he flies down to you.
Listen.
As he gives you like a little bird chirp, and he's tilting his head
Mhm.
questioningly.
Well, aren't you just so cute? Listen here. I've got a question for you. Is Matilda your friend?
As he just sits there and he's like looking at you, and he leans down and gives like your arm just like a little like peck kiss.
No, not me. Matilda.
You feel him like
Little girl. Little.
hopping up your arm, like your shoulder, so he could just see your face because you keep blocking it.
I hate this
do,
bird.
do you want me to get him off?
No, it's fine. Look at me. We're doing this. Is the
No.
little girl your friend?
No, stop.
It's just
Stop.
for defense. It's for defense. If he tries anything. Is Matilda little girl? Is she your
Haunted.
friend? Haunted?
Haunted.
Who's haunted? She's haunted.
Home. Haunted.
This home is haunted.
And he flies away and just gives a
Ugh. That was the most difficult thing I've ever had happen to me, and I've been blown up.
I am very proud of you.
I don't need that. Let's
Okay,
check out.
fine.
Let's check out her diary.
I open it to see if there's writings in it.
There is. What I need you to do is go ahead and give me a let's call it an intelligence check to decipher a 6-year-old's writing.
Can I help?
Yeah.
As I'm quite smart, and I also used to be a 6-year-old.
Yes. So you can do it with
I
advantage.
look over her shoulder. I used to be a 6-year-old, so.
Oh, me too.
What?
I'm something of a child myself.
We're not so different, you and I. You've got your crayons, and I've got my inner turmoil.
Hey, I mean, I had that at 6 too, so. Let's go. It's a 18.
An 18? You can decipher it. And it's just a lot of her going through her day by day, talking about, going around the yards and causing random mischief in her and Christopher's adventures.
Adorable.
And
is he mentioned as Christopher?
Yes. There's even you go far back enough to where you see that a Miss Sophia gave him to her as a present.
My grandma Sophie gave him to Matilda. And then why is Christopher back?
He's a double agent.
I don't think he's a double agent. He's a bird.
You're blinded by your love for that piece of trash. Sorry, trash was really harsh.
It was a bit harsh.
Piece of scum.
Look, I know you don't like him, but if you've read the adventures, Christopher and I would go on adventures. He was like, he's my best friend, or at least was when I was little.
I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know what your grandma's doing around Zafway, and I'm assuming Liliana as well, if she's just able to give their child presents.
I don't know.
So that's concerning.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to talk with her about that and figure out what's going on.
Real quick, does she say anything in her book about like her mom at all, or dad at all, or
just normal kid stuff about like, mom and dad and me went on a picnic, or mom gave me cookies for breakfast today. It's just nothing.
What bad parent.
Nothing that would,
my grandma
like,
used to give me Teddy Grahams for breakfast.
show that she was like abused or she like feared her mother.
Right. Well, I'm not really gleaning anything about her from this. I was hoping to, but maybe we should just get gone. Can I do a quick perception check about anything like out of the ordinary in the room that might be of interest?
I was also going to ask to do an Arcana check.
Okay, give me a perception check and an Arcana check. What are you Arcana checking?
Magical items in the room, just to see if there's. I don't know, but I mean, I figure that animals and stuff are not automatons, but I don't know. Go ahead. I almost called you Zenith. Go ahead, Moss.
You can call me Zenith. I rolled a 17 on the die. So
Okay.
that's a 17.
I'm
not very good at perception.
And I'm sorry, what were you trying to look for? Just anything out of the ordinary aside from the animated dolls?
Just anything interesting or that might be worth checking out. Kind of like similar to what Chloe did in Liliana's room, like anything to look through or maybe open or whatever.
Aside from the seemingly autonomous stuffed animals and toys that are walking about, this appears to be just a normal little girl's room.
For my Arcana check, I got a 16.
You would assume that somebody or multiple somebodies have made these objects and have given them some sort of sentience. Not necessarily stuffing souls into them or anything, but have made these stuffed animals and have given them quasi-life.
Do they glow blue at all?
They don't. That's the weird thing, is you don't get any sort of like arcane sense from any of these.
Can I lean down and like offer my hand out to a little stuffed animal just to kind of see it a little closer?
Mm-hmm. And just like this little teddy bear like walks over and kind of just like plops its head down into your hand.
Hey, I try to talk to it? Like, do you speak at all?
It kind of looks up to you and shakes its head as its little paws point to its mouth, and you just see like a little sewn smile.
Did Matilda make you walk around and everything and move? Did Liliana? Did Zafwe? Did Sophie? Did someone who's not here? Interesting. Are you happy?
As it sits there, as you get the feeling it doesn't know what happy is.
Do
you like being here? Okay.
Are you safe?
And it nods.
Okay. I lift its head up so I'm not cupping its head and stand it up straight. I think we've seen everything we can possibly see from this little room.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to leave the journal there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like we got what we needed. I like gently pet the stuffed animal dog and say goodbye to Christopher and head out with Zenith.
Okay. And as soon as like you head out and you close the door, you see your friends coming out the door from like the farther down the hallway. And it's like both of the doors close. There's a soft like boom that sort of rocks the house. And you hear startled gasps below as you hear creaking wood underneath you. You can see blue light coming from the floorboards of the first floor of the manor. And you see a very panicked Zafwe running out as he's like frantically searching his coat pockets. He pulls out another one of those silver keys. He opens the door. As he does, just like a burst of arcane light comes out of the doorway itself, and he shields his eyes. So he looks back to everyone, and he goes to like open his mouth to say something as there's just like what sounds like a explosion of some sort as everybody's eyes are filled with white light. And with that, we are going to go on a break so we can get up, stretch our legs, everything like that, and we will be right back.
Right back.
So stick with us, everybody. We'll be like back in about 5 minutes or so.
Oh.
It is
And
a lot
we are back.
closer to the original Gomez as opposed to the
Yeah.
one that we're all familiar with. Hi.
Hi.
Yes. Yes. And I didn't read the comics. I only grew up on the black and white show and the movie. So, and that's kind of the same Gomez. So, yeah. Anywho, hi.
Hello. So
Hunted.
haunted.
Haunted. I love the way you do the laugh.
I love it. It's so good.
Listen, Malls likes it a lot. It's really funny, and that bird is freaky as hell. Zenith is just like, ooh.
I love birds, so
I like birds of prey.
if I could, I would have a pet bird, but my cat would eat it.
I've had a pet bird, and then like my mom's boyfriend at the time had like 6 that were like he would bring over to the house all the time. So like,
Oh God.
yeah, they were parrots.
Oh God.
So as this white light fills your eyes, you can begin to hear the screams and panic of the people downstairs as you begin to hear floorboards breaking and things exploding. Everything goes silent for a moment. And as the light dies down, you are now standing outside the house, back in that courtyard. Everything unkept, dead plant life, cracked stonework, the house looking as if like it's seen better days, as you are what you can assume back in the correct time flow. Though you are not alone. Standing a little bit away from you is this massive, writhing abomination. Probably a good, I'm thinking 15, 20 feet tall. Arms, multiple arms, kind of like sprouting out various points of its body's other like whip-like tendrils, a mangled face with just like bulbous eyes misplaced, a long tentacle-like tongue, and you can see other faces like protruding out of like a hunch out of its back. Almost all of them giving out these howls of agony. And seemingly aware of your presence now, this creature turns to all of you.
And I'm sorry, this came out of the basement?
No, you're not in the basement. You are outside the house now. You are back in your own time flow.
Oh, it ripped apart. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Sorry, I skipped. I don't know how I missed that part. Sorry.
And it just lets out just a collective of screams as it starts to barrel towards all of you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you all to a map.
Am I allowed to ask a question about this thing?
Sure.
Do any of the faces on it look familiar, like people we might have passed at the party or whatever?
Somewhat.
Oh no.
Is this the creature we fought before? Oh no, never mind. Nope. Nope. No. No. No, Roja, no.
What?
That's creepy.
So I'm gonna take.
Have
Hear
you
me out.
met me?
Potion. I'm gonna
Hear
take
me
a healing
out.
Potion.
God damn it, Moles.
Oh man.
Am I allowed to drink a couple healing potions? Before
You
we
are
start?
allowed to drink a healing potion as it's a free action.
Oh, thank God, I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah.
Because remember, we had a battle before we came here.
I'm at like
not
half.
fully.
I feel wonderful.
Oh, I forgot
it.
I forgot to tell you guys that as you trance through the first time, you received the equivalent of a long rest.
thank God, because I have 11 hit points.
Okay, so we're good then.
Yeah.
We could just do long rest and okay.
Oh, thank
then never mind. I
God.
don't take a healing potion.
I get my spells back. I get all of my hit points back.
Well,
11 hit points. That's what I was rocking on.
Yeah, like minus the hit points that you lost while you took it while in the,
That's fine.
the party. If you took any damage there, it still remains.
That is fine. That is still better than where I was at before, so I am so okay with that.
Yep. Thank you.
That was my bad. I meant to tell you that you got refreshed and everything. I was gonna look kind of worried if kind of suspicious if a bunch of battle war and party goers showed up.
But we looked hot, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So we look back to being normal again. So if I looked over at Chloe, she's got her snakes and everything again.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Are they upset and all bitey?
They're very upset and very bitey.
Oh.
I put my hand out and tried to like smooth them down. It probably nipped me. I'm like, ah, shit.
You're poisoned now.
The white one nips at your hand.
I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So if I can get some initiative rolls here from y'all.
Yeah, I'm just resetting my long rest stuff, aka spells.
Oh my god, I'm the first one putting in
There we go.
initiative for the very first time.
There we
I
go.
like to
Okay.
thank my mom.
Do I still lose my spell slot that I used in there?
Yes.
Or is that refresh
No.
just minus the health?
No,
Okay.
that spell slot is you consume that spell slot.
Okay.
Since Pop-Tart has free will for the day,
Mm-hmm.
do I have to roll separate initiative for him?
No, because he still technically goes after you.
Okay.
It's just that he has more actions that he can do instead of just attacking once or defending.
Got it.
Just need from Vanica.
Sorry, I was resetting my sheets and everything, just making sure everything was back in order. Right.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
I saw your face and I was like, it must have been a 1.
Is the
Sorry.
music going or am I just deaf?
Music should be going.
It's going.
Ooh, I haven't had music playing this whole
I
time.
don't hear anything.
Refresh. Re-click on the link that I put in the Discord.
No,
chat.
I meant like I forgot to click it and it's just been quiet for me. But I was still
Right.
totally immersed.
I'm going to refresh the page here so you guys can let me know when you've clicked on the link.
Oh, I just refreshed the
Okay.
web page and it worked. That was just weird. It just suddenly got really quiet and I was like, where's the music?
That's all right. I came back and Evie must have like rolled on my keyboard because the audio channel that I have for the music was completely muted. So like everybody who was waiting on the AFK screen was treated to deafening silence.
Oh no.
But yeah, let's get this underway with the monster. I think for its action, it's gonna stay where it's at as you hear every one of the voices begin to chant as arcane energy swirls around it. And then it lets out a barrage of eldritch missiles towards the group. If I can get everybody, including Pop-Tart, to give me dexterity saving throws.
Guys, imagine I pull out the whip. Fuck you.
Does Pop-Tart have my dexterity?
Wait, for those of us on stream, they have no music right now. Do we need refresh the page, see if that helps?
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I'm getting it now after I refreshed.
I wonder if it was like an OBS hiccup or something.
Oh, maybe.
Because I could see it broadcasting through the audio channel on OBS. All right, so let's do this. Zafira, what did you get for a dex saving throw?
19.
19. Okay, you're gonna take 11 points of necrotic damage. Zenith.
12.
12. You're gonna take 22 points of necrotic damage. Chloe.
Also 12.
You're gonna take 22 points of necrotic damage, and Vanica.
16.
16. You are gonna take 11 of necrotic.
Okay.
And then what did Pop Tart make? You should.
I asked if he shared my dexterity and he didn't. Respond, so.
It should be.
Straight roll is 16.
The sheet that you have for him, for like the defender for artificer should say what their dexterity is.
Okay, so it's a +1, so 17.
17. Okay, he's gonna take 11 points as well of necrotic.
Okay.
I think with its movement afterwards, it's gonna begin to barrel up to here as it is making its way towards all of you. And we're gonna kick the Zenith.
Zenith is pissed off. She's down to half health. So she's going to... 1 second. Can I do insightful maneuver, please?
What does
Just see it.
insightful maneuver let you do?
That's where I see its vulnerabilities and I'm able to make it vulnerable to one type of damage.
That, yes. It doesn't make a save. It's just something you get to see, right?
Just something I get to see, yeah.
Okay, so this is a little weird, as it seems to have a vulnerability, but it fluctuates. Like it changes every time, but right now it is vulnerable to lightning damage.
Interesting. I call that out. Say it's currently it's vulnerable to lightning damage, and it's also going to be vulnerable to cold damage as well. And I'm going to fire a 3rd level dark bolt at it.
Okay.
And I'm also going to, calling it out now, I'm using my little rainbow d6. I get to add 1d6 damage to any spell I wish. It's going to be dark bolt.
Okay.
And I use my staff, so I get a +2 to my attack rolls and my damage rolls, because I'm pissed off. So I roll to attack. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 hits.
Excellent. And then I'm gonna roll for damage real quick. So it's vulnerable to cold, and then if I cast it at a 3rd level, I get an extra ray. So originally it's 3, now it's gonna be 4, and it's 1d10 cold damage for each plus a d6.
Okay. Rosa, it may be you because I just tested it on my end and I can hear the music coming out of the stream.
Ooh. That is 28 points of damage.
28. Nice. Was that doubled or is that just the base damage that you rolled?
That was the base damage I rolled.
28 cold damage?
Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if you need to double that for vulnerability.
Yep.
I
So
forget.
that's going to be 56 points of cold damage.
And then I think just to be extra safe, I am just going to move back a little bit. Sorry. Maybe to the top of the stairs here. Actually, I'm going to go a little further down. And I have a question.
Okay.
My cloak where I can summon my panther, is that an action in itself?
I believe that is a bonus action to summon the panther.
Okay, I already used my bonus action to do that insightful maneuver, so I'll just wait, but I was just curious.
Okay.
All right, and that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to use a legendary action here. If everybody here can go ahead and give me wisdom saving throws.
Does someone need help? Because I am willing to activate my ring.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
actually good.
I will say something though, Zenith, you noticed that when you cast your spell, there was nothing trying to steal from you. There was like no interference from the weave whatsoever.
I did notice that. What does that mean? I go.
We might be in a safe spot because this whole house in general has been kind of a interesting area, so it might just be the house or the ground we're on right now.
Zafira, what'd you get?
Got an 8.
Okay, you lose 1 spell slot.
That was with advantage?
Oh,
I gave you my wisdom thingamabob.
never mind. I got an 18.
Okay, never mind. You don't lose a spell slot. Zenith.
Like, girl, I gave it to you.
I got a nat 20 for 20.
Pretty good. Chloe.
18.
18. And Vanica.
22.
Okay. None of you
I have a
lose
quick
spell
question.
slots. Yes.
When Weirds flipped that coin for the day, did that land on the natural 1 or the nat 20? Ah, damn. Okay.
But I will say right now, because Weirds is not here, the 1 effect will not take place.
Okay.
Because Danny
Damn,
is
fuck
currently
better,
not in the
dude.
fight. As you see, like pores open up on its body as it tries to pull something in, and nothing happens. And as that does, it begins to thrash about as it enters into a rage.
Oh, it's like Danny.
And we're gonna go
Understand.
to Vanica.
How badly do we want to fight this thing?
I mean, I was planning to shoot a grenade at it, so I assume we were fighting it.
Because it looks pretty undead to me.
Do we have a choice? Like, can we tell it to go away?
Well,
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
you
I can
want
tell it to go away.
Yeah,
I
why don't you tell it to go away?
Yeah, if you want to. Yep, I'm.
I can try. I can try
got
to tell
this.
it to go away.
Tell
Doesn't
him
mean
to
it'll work.
leave.
Because I'm too low level. I doubt its CR is low. So yeah, so I'm going to turn undead.
Okay.
I'm going to, I'm just gonna kind of weave the magic that I have access to, thankfully, and have it make a wisdom saving throw.
It is not undead.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
an abomination?
It is an
probably?
abomination.
That's why I wasn't sure. Okay.
Worth
Okay.
trying, though.
It was
That's
worth
one of my
trying.
Favorite words, abomination.
Oh.
Right? Such a cool word.
But that is okay. As probably gonna be so bad. This is gonna be bad. As a bonus action, can I pull out a whip from my bag?
Yep.
Kinky.
Which whip are you pulling out?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to. Well,
The only
Do
one,
the scorpion one.
yeah, I was gonna say the only one that you have knowledge of what you grabbed was the one that you were looking for when you entered into the room.
Yeah. I know out of all the other whips, I said I was specifically grabbing the Nine Tails, so I know I got that. Doesn't mean I know what it does, but I know I got that. But that's close. I have proficiency in finesse weapons, which is what whips are. So I will pull out the whip I am aware of at least.
Okay.
And at least have it ready. So I'm kind of swapping weapons here. And that's my turn.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my bonus action, so I can't use the whip.
Okay. Yes.
I forgot to add the +2 from my staff for damage roll, so that's going to be a +2 on damage for that thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or technically, isn't it going to be a +4?
+4. Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
make sure.
As you pull out that whip and you give it like a little crack, it's no longer like this massive 30-foot whip, as it shrunk down a bit as to where it's now a 15-foot whip, giving you a little bit more mobility with it. But
My size.
It is a reach weapon, so you can attack from 15 feet back.
Shit. Okay. Add whip to my equipment here real quick, just so I have the stats.
And as you're holding the whip, it is moving on its own, and in an agitated state, almost as if it's alive.
The whip?
A whip.
Is moving on its own?
Look, this is Vanica's weird way of trying to get familiar with it, because if we have to use it against the witch or the hag, gotta know what it does. So,
Yeah.
Vanica, are
Literally,
you moving?
no one is stopping you.
Are you moving anywhere?
Not that I got range, no.
Okay. Then we go to Chloe.
Well, I don't know if they have reach. I guess I could step back this way, actually. I'll step back just over.
Okay. Chloe.
I don't want us to be super clumped.
I am going to use my bonus action to bring up a spirit shroud, as I have done a couple times before. So a bunch of spectral snakes appear in that aura around me.
Okay.
It's a 10-foot aura, I believe. And then I'm going to use my movement to run over to here and then jump down there.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use my action to stab this thing in the butt with Spirit Wind. Or with Whisper Wind.
Spirit Wind.
Spirit Shroud up, so now she gets the damage from it, so...
Spirit Wind sounds like a second-rate, gum or something.
Don't tell her that.
Spirit Wind is the ghost of a fart.
Again, don't tell her that. That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 will hit.
This is going to be some very good... I guess I have to specify what damage type my Spirit Shroud is. We're going to go with Radiant. Radiant's always a safe bet.
Okay.
Remember, it's currently vulnerable to lightning.
Yeah, I would make
Real
it lightning if
lightning.
I could, but I can only choose between Radiant, Necrotic, or Cold.
Okay.
So this is going to be 1 away from max damage on the weapon die. I can math. 19 magical piercing and 11 radiant.
Okay.
And it needs to make a strength saving throw.
I can tell you that it's going to fail, but it's going to use a legendary resistance to save.
You know what? I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, that's okay.
I rolled a 1, so yeah, I'm like, no. This ain't getting to the giant treatment here.
Not yet, anyway.
All right.
And
legendary
that's the-
resistance.
Legendary resistance means that it can choose to save if it fails.
Oh, okay.
Usually when a creature has legendary resistances, they have up to 3 that they can use.
And you
Got
want to
it.
burn through those.
Yeah. Usually when you find out something has a legendary resistance, it's like, okay, let's make it burn through those, and once they're gone, now we can use our big stuff on it.
So
Got it.
at the end of your turn, Chloe, it's going to use another legendary action, as it's going to do a flurry of necrotic fists, as it's going to make 3 punch attacks against you. Does a 16 hit?
Meets it, beats it.
Okay, that one misses, as that was a 14. And that's going to be a 24. So you're going to get hit by 2. All right, so the first one you're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and the next one you are gonna take 9. As can I get a strength saving throw? Wait, no, never mind. No, never mind. It's not a save.
thank
It's a
God.
save. It's a save to escape. You are grappled.
Oh, well that.
Chloe's
that's
currently
not any
grappled.
better.
Chloe is currently grappled. As it throws out a barrage of like 3 fists, 2 hit, and as they do, they grab onto her and pull her like up to the being.
Why did I get close to it? This was a mistake.
We go to Saphira.
So, do you know how far my grenade launcher can shoot? Like, do I need to move closer to shoot it, or am I good where I am?
You don't want to be close when you shoot a grenade launcher. So like
I
you're
know,
fine
that's
where you're
why
at.
I'm like,
You
I'm
are fine where you at right now.
Got it. So yeah, I'm actually going to be not casting a spell. I'm actually going to try to shoot my grenade launcher at it.
Dunk.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me that attack roll.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
All right, and that is 2d6 plus
Ah, fuck.
1. Nine.
9. All right. It's going to use its reaction, since it has somebody grappled, as human shield, as it lifts Chloe up in front of it and stops. And like Chloe takes the brunt of the grenade. As Chloe, you're gonna take.
I was trying to get them to drop you.
I feel so stupid because on my dark bolts, they have to pass a Constitution saving throw or something, and then they can't use their reactions, and I forgot to call it out. So fucking mad.
So
I'm sorry.
well, technically, that isn't something you like. That's something I should remember as well. But yeah, like in the future, just like remember to let me know
So
that they
much
can't
to
take
remember.
reactions.
My D6, my +2 to attack and damage.
Yep.
My how many things? My vulnerability. My brain's not that big.
That's what you get for being a wizard.
It's just D&D has a lot of moving parts in combat.
Yeah.
I was looking for
But
just
I
a
will say-
smidgen of sympathy.
I will say, since Dark Bolt did hit, like we both forgot it didn't happen. I will say that they still can't make the reaction. It will take the 9 points of damage to.
You're a lot nicer than me. Thank you, Rojan.
Now, see, if this was like a reaction type thing and he forgot about it, I'd be like, no, you got to remind me. But this is a part of the spell mechanic that takes place regardless if we remember or not.
Okay.
So
I will
yeah.
remember forever.
So it will not use human shield as a reaction because it can't, as it will take the 9 points of damage from the grenade.
Is it vulnerable to explosions?
Nope.
Damn it.
All right, on its turn, I roll for its vulnerability.
What about Pop-Tart?
Oh yeah, Pop-Tart. My bad. What is Pop-Tart doing?
So it's still grappling.
Yes.
Grappling Chloe, right?
Chloe is currently grappled.
Can Pop-Tart like try to bite at the things holding it?
Pop-Tart can make a opposed strength roll versus the creature to see if Pop-Tart can pull Chloe out of its grasp. That is something Pop-Tart can definitely do. So borf, borf, borf.
I was gonna go with like biting the things that held it, but I mean, I'm totally fine with doing
it's
that.
the same thing. If you're trying to free somebody from a grapple, you'd have to make an opposed roll.
That's a 7. They're not strong.
You rolled a 12, so Chloe right now is the toy in a tug of war right now between a dog and a person.
Grr.
Zafira, were you moving at all, or are you just gonna stay where you're at? Cass? You're muted.
I'm staying where I'm at, and Pop-Tart is still doing that, like, still gonna be next to Chloe.
All right, so on the monsters, or on this abomination's turn.
Sorry, Cass, the face you made when Rojan told you were muted, like it was his fault. It made me really giggle.
Oh, it was?
You're like this. You're like this.
As it is going to climb up the wall.
It's gonna fucking what?
It's got multiple appendages. It just climbs up the wall.
With Chloe?
Yeah, with Chloe. Chloe is still grappled. So,
is Pop-Tart still holding on to Chloe, like,
no.
dangling?
No.
Okay.
Just so we know that Chloe is grappled, I'll put Chloe right. And with its available hands, give me a sec, I just got a DM. Yep, I need to replace those. Because those tokens are still on the character sheets. I need to replace those.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's going to make a series of necrotic punches towards both Vanica and Zafira. Zafira, that is going to be a 24 to hit. That look. And Vanica, that's going to be a 18 to hit.
Misses.
Ooh, okay.
My armor class is pretty high.
Zafira, you are going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you now are pulled onto it and grappled.
Dang it.
Ah! How many hands and arms and stuff does it have? Okay.
As it's gonna finish, gonna finish by moving up here, carrying your friends.
Is he dragging you into the building? Nasty.
And we go to Zen.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex on it.
Ooh. Forgot you have warlock powers.
Yeah. And I guess disadvantage. I'm wondering if I should use strength to hex. Excuse me. I think I will use strength because I will use strength to hex on that thing.
Ah!
And then I get a 1d6 necrotic, whatever. And then I'm just because it works, I'm gonna cast another dark bolt at 3rd level just to see if I can get this guy to quit. So that's 1d10 cold damage. He's not vulnerable because I didn't use Insightful Maneuver, so it'll just be whatever it is. But I get an extra d6 of necrotic. And then I get an extra d6 of just damage from my rainbow dice, and then a +2 from my attack rolls and damage from my staff. So when I roll to attack, is that cool?
Yeah, you can roll attack. I'm just trying to center this token on this guy.
I'm gonna use one of my luckies because I rolled a 2.
Okay.
That's 1. Oh, that's way better. I got a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay, and then there's 4 d10 of cold damage. 2. Where are my d10s, bud? 4, and then plus 1d6 of necrotic, and then 1d6 for my rainbow dice. And then he'll have to make a Constitution saving throw, or be unable to use reactions until the start of his next turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, 21, 26, 29, 31 points of cold damage. Oh, 31 points of damage.
Okay. And as you cast a spell and it goes flying, it uses its reaction this time around with Human Shield and brings up both Chloe and Zafira to block the damage. You guys will take that damage split between the two of you.
But he wasn't able to use reactions from his last turn.
Yes, but it's a new initiative order and he's gone, so he's that.
So what goes first, the damage or him rolling for like the Constitution saving throw?
The spell the damage actually has to be applied to him. So what's going to happen is these two are going to take the was it 31 points of cold damage you said?
31.
So you're
just of damage because it's a mix of necrotic and regular.
And then the two of them are now going to have to make Constitution saving throws to see if they can make reactions. So the two of you are going to take 15 points each.
What's the con ring?
A charisma. I don't know who has the con ring.
I do, and I just used it on myself, and it didn't help. God damn it.
So what did you get, Chloe?
8.
8, and what did Zafira get?
So con save?
Con save, yes.
7.
7. All right, so both of you cannot take reactions.
Okay.
Until your turn, pretty much.
I need to start rethinking the spells I pick since y'all just keep getting whacked.
Zen, you doing anything else?
I think I'm going to probably back up. Go over here.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use 2 legendary actions.
God damn!
How many does it have?
It refreshes every time it's their turn. They usually have 3. Yeah. They usually have a total of 3 legendary action ticks that they can use. Chloe and Zafira, you're both going to lose a spell slot each as you see these mouths open up and sort of siphon some of the arcane energy from your bodies. And it's going to heal.
It's not allowed.
It is most definitely allowed.
No.
As we go to Vanica, what's up?
How are they getting like ungrappled?
They have to either spend a action on their turn to free themselves, or they need somebody to pull them free. Vanica.
Hey, she is going to have her eyes just completely flash over. The flower in her chest starts to glow brighter as she will kind of emit this light on top of this creature, also enveloping everyone else. As I need this creature to make a
what?
Make a what?
A wisdom saving throw.
Be a wisdom saving throw of 8.
All right, it fails. So we are level 7 times 3 is 21. Yes. So she is using her channel divinity of involuntary aid, which is a free action to use.
Okay.
This creature takes 21 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Technically radiant or necrotic, my choice. And I am going to split the healing between Chloe and Zafira and transfer that damage energy as she's basically doing the same exact thing this creature is doing and siphoning the damage and inserting them into her companions.
Okay.
So you know what? Let's just do 11 into Zafira and 10 into Chloe.
Okay.
This is gonna be uneven anyway.
Hey, at least you don't have to split it. Like you have to like split it round up, round down, like when you have resistance.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a free action for me to do. So then she's going to take the whip.
Whip.
The whip. Actually, give me a second. Do I wanna? Yeah, no. Okay, she's gonna take the whip and she's going to smack the creature.
Before you roll,
Okay.
there is a price that must be paid with this whip. As you pull it back, you feel it almost asking for a little bit of your arcane energy. How many spell slot, what level spell slot do you want to dump into this?
Oh my. Okay. Let me see here. You know what? I'll do a third spell slot.
Okay. You pump in a third level. You feel that arcane energy pulled through you as the whip begins to glow this bright blue. As you pumped in a third level spell slot, there is a +3 added onto your attack.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. And I am proficient in finesse weapons.
Okay.
So, I'll get my proficiency bonus on top of that. So it's a +8 plus the +3, so +11. Nat 20.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
For 31.
For 31. A 31 will most definitely hit.
Oh my god.
So, unlike other whips that have a base damage of a d6, this whip's
it's a D4. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This
I was
whip,
like, oh shit.
this whip's damage increases based off the amount of spell slots you dump in. So instead of a d4, it's 3d4 plus your dexterity, plus your dexterity modifier.
My dex modifier.
I don't know.
Good.
I don't have your character sheet.
Okay. No, I'm saying it's still good. Dex is
So
really good.
because brutal criticals are in play.
True. Yeah.
So
Plus
12, whatever.
18.
12 plus whatever your dex modifier is.
So that's 16.
Okay, 16, and then you roll the damage.
I wanted to maybe use my reaction to use my power battery thing, so she gets a +4 to her damage.
Okay. Can you roll me a d20 since you're using the power battery ability?
I got a 7.
You're good.
Okay.
So what am I adding on top of that? Sorry.
+4.
+4. So that's gonna
So
kick.
that's 34 damage.
It's gonna kick the max from the brutal critical up to 20. And then how much damage you just roll?
Oh, I did 34 total. So to separate that.
Okay, so it'll be 38 then.
Okay.
You're attacking on another 38 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Ah!
How much did
So-
she beat it by? Really quickly, I'm curious.
She beat it by 5.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't like how her friends were being used, so she's like, I'm just gonna need to go ham. Okay. So after she emits that energy, kind of siphoning its pain and turning it into healing magic into her companions, her eyes are still glowing, just that bright kind of white light. As she pulls the whip back, senses what it needs and just doesn't care. She wants her friends to be free. As she looks at this creature, and just takes the whip and grabs one of the arms that's holding on one of her companions and just rips it right off clean, like knife through butter, for the brutal hit, and then just kind of whips it to the side to grab her other friend and just rip that arm off, and just tears more than just the arm, as more parts of it just kind of gets pulled off, as she's just putting everything she can to pump into this to get this.
As you whip and you're freeing your friends, you're noticing that the stinger portion of this tail, seemingly mind of its own, is repeatedly stabbing into this thing as you are, and you pull it back. You free your friends as you see this thing begin to convulse, and the mixture of the damage from you ripping limbs off and the sting sites seemingly begin to like bulb up before it whites over and just like petrifies, as you just see the essence of arcane energy completely ripped from this being, drained of nothing.
Brother. Was that
my
your
new
first
favorite
ever?
weapon.
Is that your first ever, Vanica's first ever? How you want to do this?
I don't remember. I don't know.
I feel like it is.
It might be, yeah. Yeah, because usually you're having to support us with healing and stuff because
That's what I'm
we
there
do
for.
dumb stuff. But,
So
That's what I'm here for.
what you have in your hands now with the understanding of this weapon is something that is called a mage reaver.
A mage what?
A mage reaver.
Oh, Reaver.
Reaver.
I don't like the
Oh my
spooky
God.
music when you said that.
I love it. It's my new favorite weapon out of character.
Oh, it's great.
This is whip itself is a living tendril that was taken from a creature that feeds off of arcane energy. In order to use the whip, every attack that you make, you have to sacrifice some level of spell slot to it. The stronger the spell slot, the
Okay.
stronger the damage. Also, the higher the DC save is. On a successful attack and on a failed save, the creature is silenced until it can make a saving throw on its turn to overcome the silence condition.
Oh shit.
This weapon has no effect on non-arcane using creatures. Like,
Okay.
if it's a warrior, if it's just some random guard, whip has no effect. This is only for
Just
magic
acts like a whip.
users. Yes.
Okay.
Anybody that pulls from the arcane, either from the weave or from celestial influence, the damage will take effect. But your basic sword and board fighter, Does nothing.
So is the DC my DC that's increased depending on the spell slot I use?
The DC starts off as a DC 13 for a level 1, and it increases for every spell slot that you use.
So if I use like a level 4 spell, it's a DC 17?
Yep.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, it didn't talk to me, right?
Nope.
It's not like sentient. Okay, it just gave me that feeling.
Sentient in a way, but it's not the sentient so like Whisperwind that it will hold a full-on conversation with you. This is more
And caress you.
Yeah, it's still technically alive,
but just pulls on my magic instead of.
Yep. You feed it magic, it does the magic thing. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
As this creature sort of petrifies and just is now just this white abomination of a statue, the doors to the manor open up, and out walks this old, frail-looking red woman. No longer this tall, stunning visage of beauty. Time does not look like it has been kind to her. She's hunched over. Her once long black hair is just now matted white, long ropes of hair, walking out with the aid of a walking stick. She walks out, she looks at you, her eyes yellow. I was wondering where that was. She looks over to Vanica.
I'm sorry, but we need it for important things.
I needed it for important things.
Like disciplining your daughter?
Like stopping what was coming. She grew because I didn't have that whip.
Oh no.
When she matured,
Goddamn timey-wimey bullshit.
When she matured, she joined the coven, as all hags do.
Looked at
but
Zafira
that one
looked at Zenith.
Was always special.
Sorry.
Dangerous. A font.
So why not nurture her?
Nurturing is not our way in a sense, but the whip was meant to seal off that font. She could have still been a aid to the coven. She could have still been a glorious hag, but she wouldn't have been so destructive. That blasted boy trying to fix his father's experiments just made things worse.
So what happened? The experiments. What was he trying to do?
I did not have time to ask him. It was all that I can do to get the child and I away safely before things went awry. That thing you see there is the remnants of that party. The professors and educators that were meant to foster the minds of future mages, created into that. It's all I've been able to do to stay hidden, remain in this house, guarded by a creature. Until Matilda has forgotten about it.
Is that why they think you died 20 years ago?
No one has seen nor heard from me. I've gone silent. And yet, here you all are. Somewhat appearing randomly in my courtyard. Defeating an abomination that was created so long ago. Using a whip that was intended to end what is coming. So far before it can begin. Why do you have it? I've never seen your face. You don't look like the one who stole from me. Or do you look like an ancestor?
I don't have ancestors.
There were 5 who got away. Unaccounted for.
Look, all I know is that this happened before we got this whip. She was already doing horrible things. Well, before we meddled in anything.
Meddled? Explain yourself, child. What do you mean meddled? Again, I've never seen any of you before. How would you meddle in the affairs?
Okay, that I actually don't know what happened, okay? All I know is that we were trying to stop her. Someone said that there was an item that could help. Because she's siphoning the magic, she's killing people, her own people, from what we gathered. And is now spreading to people well beyond where she's stationed. All before we came here. I just want to put that out there. All before we even came here.
I am not saying...
And if this can help us, then this is what we need to do. To stop her.
I'm not arguing. My question is a means of confusion of how you got the damn whip. It doesn't matter.
We took it. Okay.
It doesn't matter how you took it. You came about it, you have it. Maybe there's a chance.
So we're hoping.
Looking at you all, it's not much of a chance. But...
Hey.
Beggars can't be choosers at this point in time.
If you have any advice, very much open to hear it.
I don't. I haven't seen the girl since she matured. I've heard of what she's done, how she's pretty much made herself a queen amongst the covens. I've stayed hidden. I have not the power nor the magic to stand against her anymore. I am a husk of what I used to be.
Do you... This is gonna sound crazy, but do you have any gloves that she could wear that will stay on her hands to help stop her from siphoning magic, like when she was little?
Gloves aren't gonna help you. That font has grown. Whatever the hell she's done now, she can begin siphoning from great distances.
Oh, bugger.
Yes, Smalls.
I think Zenith finally speaks and says, the power that she used, I accidentally absorbed, and I feel it going through me. It managed to stop her ritual, but momentarily. I can only assume she's starting to replenish with other people. Is there anything I can do to just kind of use against her now that I have this?
She looks at you. I would explain why you look fuzzy.
Alright. Once again, this expectation for women to appear smooth and
Not like
unhaired
that, kid.
is ridiculous.
I mean, you don't look as if you belong here. You're between places. Living and arcane. You might be able to help.
You guys probably might see it, but the words "you don't belong here," they like make Zenith almost like tear up a bit. But she just goes like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
So we're not back in our own timeline after all.
You're back. I don't know where you went, but the rest of you look clearer. This one, he points over to Zenith. I think the fuzziness is explained because you said you interfered. You
Does make sense.
have absorbed more of the arcane than one should. So stopping her ritual may reverse whatever is happening to you.
Okay.
So it bought us some time, maybe.
You
Is
know
that
where
right?
she.
Sorry, go ahead.
You wouldn't happen to know where she would be at this point.
She looks up and she like points out with her staff. I'd probably follow the big beam of light.
She turns and. Fair point. Yeah.
I would suggest that she was in the center of the town.
I wasn't sure if she moved or anything.
You.
That's fair.
She points over to Vanica. The moment she sees that whip, you're going to be a target. She knows what it is.
Okay.
You need to sneak up on her.
Figured.
One good whack will at least even the playing field.
I'm okay at being sneaky, but being invisible. Actually, are there trees there? They don't necessarily have to be alive, but if there's trees
You're in
Braidwardeth.
a swamp, kid. There are trees all around.
But are they in Braidwardeth?
Braidwardeth is the entire swamp. Braidwardeth used to be a city, but once we took over, things started getting out of control. Braidwardeth is now the swamp. If you're looking for old Braidwardeth, there are trees down there.
She's gonna point at the light. Is that kind of where it is?
No. It's more the center of Braidwardeth. The center of the swamp.
Because I could be really sneaky if I have a tree.
Well, on the bright side, there are more trees there than where there would be in the old town. The old town, all you're going to find is ghosts and memories.
Good to know. Okay. All right then. Guess I gotta make sure I'm extra sneaky.
So, did she just want to collect power? Is that just what her goal ended up being?
I don't know what her goal is. All I knew is when we made her, when she went through the process that all hags go through, I knew my daughter was going to be special, though a little too special. Dangerous, even for her own good. I don't think she understands that what she's doing is going to end in anything other than her becoming an arcane bomb.
I think her goal is to cover the world in undead and use this corruption that's covered the land. That's at least what I saw from her mind.
It's probably what she's looking to do, what she's hoping to do.
Otherwise she's going to blow herself up.
She doesn't understand. Yes, she doesn't understand what she is. A body, even a hag's body, that's acclimated to the weave, it cannot handle that much power. Especially after the ritual was somewhat interrupted. She points over to you. She will explode before she even witnesses phase 1 of her plans. It needs to
How
be
big
soon.
of an explosion?
She's ciphering souls. That's one hell of a battery. So big.
At least enough to destroy all of Braidwardeth. Probably even going out across the entirety of this land.
Righto. That won't happen to me though, because I only took in a little bit of it. And you said people who are acclimating to the weave can't handle it, but I can, right?
Things
Just
are
a
looking
little
a
bit.
little weirder for you, kid. You're not going to be a bomb, though you don't get rid of that excess soon. Weird stuff may start happening to you.
How would she get rid of the excess? Just by casting spells and using it?
You stop Matilda. You stop that. As long as Matilda's ritual is going on, that's going to keep going.
Okay. Well, we should probably get on our way on a bit of a time crunch if there's a bomb about to go off.
Yeah. Look, I wish I could help you more, but at this point in time, I'm nothing more than a frail. Got a little bit magic in me, but not much to contest with that.
One last thing before we go. Matilda had a bird.
Yes, she did.
Right?
Christopher.
Christopher.
It's weird that you know that. My friend Sophia, gave it to her when she first met.
What happened between you and Sophie?
After the explosion, we lost contact. Sophie and I were sisters in everything but blood. We came up together from the same mother. I hope she's okay.
Last I saw her, she's doing well.
That
If I see...
at least brings a little peace to my heart to know that my sister is okay.
If I see her next time, I'll let her know. And hopefully you two can contact again.
Who knows? Maybe if you do pull victory out of your ass. Maybe I can go say hi myself.
I'm sure she'd like that.
We'll make sure it happens. And I put like a comforting arm around Zafira, and I'm like, "Are you ready to go?"
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Very fake smile, but like, she's walking.
She, as you begin to walk away, not Matilda, but Liliana turns around and walks back into her house.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna roll a deception.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll
Show the
roll
one.
insight.
You don't even have to roll. She rolled a 1.
I rolled a 4, so
Let me see.
Like-
Deception is 0, so
She probably like looks at you and nods. You can just see the tears like running down her cheeks.
yeah, just like,
Like,
yeah,
meh.
yeah, fine.
look at it this way: when we
I
win,
just met my auntie.
your great
my
auntie.
great auntie.
When we win, you can have tea with your grandma and your great auntie. Okay.
I think it's because she just learned grandma's a hag.
All right. Technically,
She's
you're
suspecting it. She doesn't actually know, but she's suspecting it because she's
You're
like,
in denial.
it's still in denial.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like
100%.
Liliana flat out just confirmed to you that Sophie's a hag.
technically, she just said they're the same in blood and everything else. She didn't come
Yeah.
out and say, "By the way."
Yeah, she's thinking like, oh well, Grandma, you have to go through a ritual to be a hag. I don't know if Grandma was a ritual. We went through the ritual.
No, she said that she was brought up by the same mother as all hags are. Like she's
shit.
confirmed to
Yeah,
you.
no, Zafira's crashing out right now.
Yeah, that
She is
Sophia
not
is
doing
a
well.
hag.
She's like, it's.
I didn't hear that part. My bad.
Eh. Like we're still like walking to where we need to
Yeah.
go. She's not like stopping anything. She's like, Grandma,
Everyone else already knowing it. We're all
Yeah.
just kind of staring, like,
Grandma Sophie's a hag. Maybe. I mean, like yeah, that's what she said. But how can you trust whatever a hag says? We should take everything with a giant grain of salt. And
well,
hags are bad. And Grandma Sophie has always been very nice.
no, Saphira. And she'll like take your hand, and she's like, trust me as someone who's dealt with hags. I mean, they're fae and everything. Not all of them are evil. Some of them just do their own thing. Weirdly enough, liches do the same thing. Sometimes they're out to rule the world. Others are just extending their life to do weird shit.
Building catapults.
Billing people pulse. Not all hags are bad. And case in point, your grandmother. She raised you to be a sweet, wonderful person. That's not gonna come from a bad person.
So
I think
she
at this
smiles.
point, Zenith just like breathes like a huge weight. She's like, "It's true, your grandmother is a hag, but again, it doesn't mean she's awful.
Mhm.
She's
You
just
knew. And
I mean,
she
it's-
turns to Chloe. You said there was something bad in the basement.
I did.
What did you find? You have to tell.
Is this a conversation you want to have right now? Because if it is, I will tell you.
We got time. We're walking to a center of the swamp. We got time.
we don't. We should be focusing on what we're going to be doing against this hag, who is clearly bad. Your grandma is not bad. She's a bit.
Is that why you don't like her?
Is that why I don't like her? What?
Her being
Like-
a
I
hag.
like
Is
her.
that why you don't like her?
No, that's not why I don't like her, and I also don't not like her. It's just she's wanting me to keep something from you, and that's not my job. She should just be honest with you, and you are my friend. She's put me between a rock and a hard place, and that is not fair. I'm just trying to protect you, And she's got me keeping her secrets. I don't know her from Eve, but I do know you, and I do know that we need to focus up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I lied to you. I really am.
I'm sorry, I thought you honestly knew. So I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, she knows. But look on the bright side. Look at her cribbage friends. Look at how much they helped us. They cleansed a town. Another case in point that not all hags are evil. I'm not saying everyone's clean. I mean, you can look at the most pious person down the street and they've probably got some, dirty laundry in their closet. Who doesn't? I'm not saying hags are, pure. No one's pure. But that doesn't mean that they don't have to be bad either. And we've met plenty of very nice hags. Right now we're dealing with a horrible hag. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, some of the hags that are under her thumb are also not terrible, but they live in fear. So that's what tyrants do. So I think we need to get rid of this one hag. And then maybe you have a talk with your grandma and have a heart-to-heart. She knows where we're going. She knows what's going on. We sent her that message earlier. She knows. And she's always looked out for you. I don't know what she told Zenith to keep from you, but I'm sure there's a very good reason. I'm sure she did it to protect you. Because she loves you. Clearly. At one point she did threaten us to, you better not let her die. And
He does that.
what mother or caretaker wouldn't want that? Obviously
My
she
dad.
cares.
So she says my dad and just walks ahead. And is just kind of shutting down the conversation. Let's just get going. Well, RP is tough, guys. We're wrong.
I think I fall behind a little and I reach into my bag and I offer my rainbow elixir to Chloe. I go, sorry I hit you for all that damage.
I didn't realize you hit so hard.
Hey, is your situation still a situation? The truth telling?
Very much so.
Ah, okay. Then
Why-
never mind.
Why do you ask?
No, I'll wait and see if it resolves itself, because respectfully asking you anything right now feels a bit like taking advantage of you.
I mean, if there's anything that you wanted to know,
I mean, I want to know everything.
well, let's not go that far yet, but whether I was forced to tell the truth or not, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't tell you the truth. Well, one of the hardest parts of this whole thing is that I can't lie and I can't deceive, which means I can't lie to myself. I've been very distracted since this whole thing has started. There's a lot of conversations happening up here that I've been avoiding for a long time.
I really want to ask, like what? Because I'm very curious just in general, but I don't want you to feel like you have to tell me if it's just something it's too much. I was just wondering because, well, never mind.
I mean, if you want to ask that question, ask that question.
No. We should probably just focus on this hag.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe this is an opportunity to have conversations that we've been avoiding.
we been avoiding the conversation?
I can't speak for you, but I've been, tiptoeing around some things.
Maybe not, just because we're about to go fight a terrible hag and our friend is upset, and I feel just kind of sad myself thinking about Matilda a bit. Just there's a lot going on. Maybe I'm the one who's avoiding the conversation just because I'm honestly a little scared, I guess.
Zen, can I tell you a story?
Yeah, I love your stories.
So this is a story. Well, it takes place in Ferrisport. In Ferrisport, there lived two souls whose bond seemed unbreakable. There was a girl named Alara. She was a kind-hearted human, and there was another named Vyra, who was a fierce, independent shifter. And they had known each other their whole lives. They grew up together in the same orphanage, sharing secrets and dreams and a little bit of mischief beneath many, many moonlit skies. Alara was the quieter of the two, with a gentle touch and a passion for simple magics, while Vyra had the wildness of her shifter heritage in her eyes, always ready for adventure. Though their friendship had deepened over time, neither could bring themselves to confess the feelings that had bloomed quietly between them. They feared that such words might shatter the delicate balance of their companionship, leaving them with nothing. As the seasons passed, the bond between them only grew stronger through hardships and happiness alike. And the city itself was their playground, a sanctuary of bustling markets and crowded taverns, but also one of hidden danger, where the whispers of pirates and thieves filled the streets. The two of them often explored the old docks near the harbor, their hearts intertwined in a silent understanding, even as the rest of the world remained oblivious. They would sit near the water's edge as the sun set and speak of futures together, though neither could ever quite put into words the connection that they shared. They dreamed of escaping Ferrisport one day, but something always held them back. Their lives were there, in the city that had raised them, with each other. But one fateful day, everything changed. The sky grew dark and an ominous streak of light cut through the heavens. A distant roar echoed from the horizon, followed by the trembling of the earth beneath their feet. Alara and Vyra stood on the dock, staring in disbelief as a massive creature fell from the heavens, hurling towards their beloved city. The force of the impact was cataclysmic, sending shockwaves that rattled the very foundations of the world. In that final, fleeting moment, their eyes met. And though neither spoke, there was a clarity between them, an understanding that neither of them would survive this. ground trembled and the skies blazed with fire, they stood side by side, hands brushing, fingers intertwining, their hearts full of words that they would never get the chance to say. When the storm of ash and fire finally subsided, much of Ferrisport laid in ruins, its once vibrant streets now silent and still. Amid the rubble, the remains of Alara and Vyra were found, together, as they had always been, their hands never having parted. The city mourned the loss of many, but there was an aching sadness that lingered in the hearts of those who knew them best. The love between Alara and Vyra, though never spoken, was a legacy that would live on, whispered in the hearts of those who remembered. Their story was one of love that was never given a voice, but was felt in every moment they shared. It was a love that, even in death, endured. A bond unbroken by the very forces of nature that had taken them. When I think of that story, especially lately, especially now, today of all days, I think of you, Zen. And though we didn't grow up together and maybe don't have the same kind of bond that they had, when I look at you, my heart feels full.
I think you see Zen looks incredibly conflicted. And, she pauses for a moment. She goes, "You are really good at telling stories."
It's what I do.
I value our friendship more than anything. And I'm very not good at this. But I mean, of course I've thought about it like every day and every night. And every time someone would bring it up, even teasingly, I would think about it, but I kind of denied it, thinking there was like absolutely no way. Because you're a very charming person, but I guess, I mean, I miss you when you're not around, and I just didn't want to give myself hope, and you make me brave, but maybe not brave enough sometimes, like now. And I'm sorry if this makes things complicated or confusing, but it feels like we're in a war right now, and there's some goddess and some undead army maybe, and not the least of which is some hag which we have to go fight. And I already feel insane watching you get hurt in battle. Like, if we were more than that, if like you were mine or anything like that, like I don't know if I could focus, like knowing that you were in danger. It's already hard enough. And where I'm at right now with Zenoa, and feeling like I'm going down this path that I can't turn back from. The only thing that stops me in my tracks is you. But I don't know, I feel like you maybe deserve better than someone who just stops because they're afraid. And don't even know what I'm doing day to day. Any moment I can't really trust myself to make things right because it feels like I'm always upsetting someone. I'm just trying my best, but I mean, I would be insane not to feel the same way. But I don't have a lot to offer, and I don't even really know where I belong.
You don't need to offer anything, Zen. Just you is enough. You've always been enough.
Well, this is why I wanted to talk about it later, because I'm about to cry.
Now's as good a time as any.
I don't want to cry before we go fight a hag. That would be embarrassing. I do want to talk about it later, but again, it feels like we're at war and I can't afford to be distracted. And I don't feel like I deserve to be distracted right now.
I understand. I get it. I work well under distraction, personally. I think we've all put that together at this point. But what you do is a lot more complicated than what I do. So I understand. Just promise me that we won't wait until we no longer have the chance to say what we want to say.
I will try to be brave for you.
Chloe kind of moves a bit closer to Zen as we're walking, and attempts to intertwine her own fingers with Zen's, unless Zen pulls away.
I think Zen also gives your hand a small squeeze, but then you see that conflicted look on her face and she pulls her hand away. Do you want to go check on Zafira, or shall I?
I think it's probably best that I don't speak to her right now while I'm, still.
I think she might be angry at me for keeping that secret, but
I think perhaps we need to politely ask Sophie to come clean to Zafira.
Didn't really have a choice, but now I really am just tired of being afraid of a grandma, so I don't really care anymore. I just hope she sees that.
As you're having this conversation, there is a sudden change. As Chloe, you begin to see small blue lines beginning to form and run up Zenith. Like any of her exposed flesh, you can see blue.
You cut out.
As these blue lines begin to spread, her eyes begin to glow. There's a slight...
Do I notice anything?
No, you feel fine. There's a slight rumbling on the ground below as the light off in the distance begins to grow even larger and brighter. And it's like the two of you are having this conversation. Your eyes meet for just a second. And Zenith vanishes. And that is where we are ending for this week.
You are a destroyer of love.
And apparently Zorro.
No, Zoro was just so upset that the ship was messed with.
Oh no.
I'm checking our Discord to see if she said anything. Oh, yeah, she just had to bounce off. All right.
Okay.
So that is going to end it for us today. Yeah, we're a little jacked up here at the moment, but
that's gonna end it for us today, guys. But just so you know, we don't just stream on Saturday.
Oh, you couldn't remember the spiel before, but now you can.
No, no. Oh, because Malls has me do it.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
All right, so you can see me over here now, over in the Zafira spot. This is, like Malls was saying, this is not the only show that we do here. Coming up later on tonight at 8 p.m. we have another episode of Vigilant 6, which is our homebrew D&D game. Coming up on Monday will be another episode of Destiny Forge, which is our longest running show here on the channel, which is another 5th edition game that I run. Tuesdays, alternating Tuesdays, we have Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a game that is run by Tiltbot. On Thursdays, we have 2 different shows. Coming up next week is going to be another show of Tricorn Isles, which is another game that I run. Alternating Thursdays, which we did last night as well, was Mass Effect Horizons, which is a Mass Effect 5th edition mod that Zorro runs. Coming up next Saturday, kicking us off, is going to be in the afternoons at noon, is going to be The Downfall of Propriety, which is a Bridgerton-inspired mini-adventure that is run by Malls. Alternating Saturdays, you have us here on Withered Wastes. And then next week on Saturday night at 8 p.m., you're going to have the alternating show that we have here on the channel, which is going to be episode 2 of our Daggerheart game, which is called The City of Redemption, which is, I'm itching to play, and I hate that it's only a every other week game. I wish it was a weekly. Schedules and adulting and everything prevent us from doing that. But for now, we are going to head on out. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning on in, and we will catch you at 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific time, for another episode of Vigilant 6. Till then, have a good one.